I get onto the internet? Okay, Chiku's actually giving me the control panel. I think I'm somehow connected to the OCC thing still here, so it should be alright. Yeah, so hold on. Let me just see if this works. Yeah. Okay, great. So, Upendra, can you just get that up for me? Okay, are we live?
Yeah.
Is this on? Very good morning to the Oman Cricket Academy Turf 2 ground here in Al Emirat. We're about 15 minutes outside of Muscat. Andrew Leonard here this morning for the top of the table clash in Group A. It's going to be Qatar against Oman. You can see the Qatar side on your screen there. They are unchanged after a big win yesterday. And they have decided that they're going to be having a bat this morning. We saw some outstanding hitting from them yesterday. Let's try and bring you the Oman side as well, as you see the Qatari openers walking out ahead of you. And 3 changes for Oman. And delighted to report that Zishan Maqsood is back. And a real sadness for him yesterday. We spoke to him this morning out on the square and gave him our condolences from the team here, because he lost both his grandmother and his grandfather in the course of a couple of days. He was back in Pakistan where his family are, and good news to report, the Oman captain, who's in such brilliant form, is back. So he comes back into the team at the expense of the left arm spinner Wasim Ali, and also whipped out of the side is Mohammad Sanuth and Sufyan Mahmood. They're the 3 to miss out today, so a bit of a change side for the hosts, Qatar. But I think we're in for a cracking match today. Top of the table clash. Qatar so impressive yesterday, and their rise up the ICC T20I rankings has been phenomenal, really. So we're across on the second pitch today. This will be the only group games played on the second pitch before the hosts go back to their main oval. Beautiful day again. A little bit warmer, I reckon, this morning. Maybe 22, 23 degrees. So it could be a hot afternoon for the bottom of the table clash. That'll be later on. That will be bringing you Bahrain taking on the Maldives. Should be in for 2 close games today. And you'd have to think if Qatar can bat anything like they did yesterday, so impressive. Kamran Khan and Mohammad Tanvir. And Kamran Khan is going to open the batting again. He's at the non-strikers end at the moment. I'm just going to try and get you the name of the other opener. I suspect it's probably Zahiruddin, but Bilal Khan is obviously going to open the bowling from the pavilion end. And we're underway with a run immediately. So a good start for Qatar. And it is indeed Zahiruddin who's opening the batting. So you're very welcome along if you're joining us, just tuning in here to this Asian Cricket Council Western Region T20 qualifier. This is all part of the road to the Asia Cup 2020. 2 sides from the 8 here this week will go on to take their place in the main qualifier, where 2 sides will join the 2 qualifiers from the Eastern region that will take place in a little while in Thailand. Certainly a greener wicket when we went out this morning to look at it there. You can see it on your screen. Certainly a hue of green. But I was assured by the groundsman that it will play just as well as pitch 1, if not better. Very proud of his turf wickets here. And he's laid out an absolute paradise, a batsman's paradise. We saw some big scores, big hitting yesterday. And that's a glorious shot. Going to pick out mid-on. Some claps across to our left from the Qatar side. So we could be in for a thriller here. The inexorable rise of Qatari cricket's been a great story. One that's been overseen by their head coach, a former Pakistan international, who of course played driven down the ground, half a stop by mid-off will just be a single. Yeah, Shahid Mabul, the ex-Pakistan international who is the head coach of Qatar, played in the 1983 World Cup for Pakistan. He was telling us yesterday about his experiences of playing with Imran Khan, the great Imran Khan, who's now the Prime Minister, of course, of Pakistan. And we heard from the team manager yesterday, Gul Khan. Hopefully hear from one of the two boys today at some point. Pull shot into the air, and it's going to be early hit for 4. Mohammed Adeem at fine leg is in the circle. It's a really good start this from Oman. Cameron Khan, the batsman to watch in this tournament. He made 88 yesterday. His innings was absolutely outstanding. He arguably gave up the chance to make a T20I century. 13 deliveries remained. He was on 88. All he needed to do was punch it for a single, keep the strike. He would have had 2 overs to get the 11 he needed. But he went for the big blow and was caught right on the rope. He's a big hitter, loves it through the offside, but we see him access the leg side that time. Good comeback from Bilal Khan, full Yorker. Throws it back. The batsman in frustration. End of the first over. Qatar 7. Yesterday, 2 overs, none for 22 for the big tall fast bowler. He worked it to the offside for a single. The second over of the match yesterday against Bahrain, who were really showed some snippets of what they could produce, but really outclassed by Oman. 2 overs that Ali Mullah bowled were expensive ones. The first one went for 15, hit for a gigantic 6 down the ground. First over going for 15 it was yesterday. That's a beauty. Ali Mullah pulling his length back. Probably just bowled a little bit too full yesterday. Circle. Square leg and a third man. Goes for the pull shot. Doesn't go where he intended. It skews off the outside edge down to third man. See there on your screen the beautiful setting we have here. Different angle, of course, you're seeing today if you're watching this group A yesterday, where we had the vista of a completely separate set of hills. It's a stunning setup. Al Emirat. It's not in Muscat as such. It's about 15 to 20 kilometers outside of Muscat. Glorious drive through a valley to get here. Short ball again and pulled away, and it's going to be runs. Ali Mullah clearly deciding to go with the short ball. It signalled his leg buys. Our replays up and running soon. That one there, Ali Mullah clearly deciding to go shorter today. Well dealt with by Zaharud, and even if it ends up going down as leg buys, effort. One of the best Oman fielders. The extra pace of Kalimullah. There's opportunities for Qatar to score here. They're off to a good start. Looking to take advantage of this first 6 overs of power play. Post a large total like they did yesterday. Almost an attempted lead that time from Cameron Khan. Didn't quite get his footwork going. So 2 overs gone. Qatar 14 for none. Yep. Anything you need? So 2 overs gone. The score. Khan's going to continue. Just keep you in this side view for the moment. Full shot. That's the aerial route. He wants 2, but Cameron Khan doesn't. Set up for 1. Just having a few little technical problems now with the cameras. We'll bring you back to the bowler's arm view very shortly. For the moment, we'll stay with this side view. What's going on? It's gone through the offside, and as we saw yesterday, Cameron Khan, he loves the offside. Works that away brilliantly, backward of point. It was aerial for just a moment. It might have gone through where the traditional gully might have been fielding, but it's not a position you see too often in T20 cricket. Really good batting. This good start from Qatar continues. Fuller this time, and what a shot that is. Looked for the Yorker Bilal Khan, which he usually executes so brilliantly, but it turned into a half volley. Cameron Khan has taken the aerial route down the ground. Mid-on is in the circle. Hammered into the sky. Said that we might have a really good game of cricket today. That's going to be the case. Qatar start in the ascendancy. Remember, they won the toss this morning and decided to bat first. Looks for the pull shot this time, and it's going to be back-to-back boundaries. Bilal Khan wasn't happy at being hit down the ground. He looked for the short ball, pulled away for 4 more. Brilliant batting this from Cameron Khan. Certainly a warmer day today here in Muscat. 27 for none. Really good start. Qatar line it over, and we'll see Cally Mullah continue now. Short ball pulled, and it goes over the head of Jatinder Singh at mid-wicket. This flying start from Qatar continues. Not going to hold anything back, particularly in this power play. Mullah's tactic of going short is proving expensive at the moment. Just seeing the first few Oman fans filter into the ground. An early start this morning, 9:30 a.m. local time. For the Yorker this time. Good comeback from Cally Mullah for the wide Yorker. Well executed. Working. So into the fourth over here, looking to continue this aggressive start. Short ball flayed away into the offside, going to be work for third man, and he won't be able to cut it off. You can see that extra pace of Cally Mullah. He's really ramping it up here, up into the mid-80s, it looks like to me. But the extra pace is causing extra run-scoring opportunities. Qatar off to a flyer here. 35 for none inside the fourth over. Second boundary off the bowling of Cally Mullah, and surprisingly Bilal Khan also expensive to start with. Big long run up the tall 6'4" Cally Mullah. Looks for that wide Yorker again, immediately called wide. Too wide outside the off stump. That's Rahat Ali Chowdhury, the standing umpire at the Al Emirat end from Saudi Arabia. He's joined today by Mohammed Yunus of Bahrain. Our third umpire today for this Group A fixture, Imran Mustafa of Kuwait. So really good representation from the Gulf region of the Asian Cricket Council, all the standing officials. But right now, Qatar the happier. Big appeal. Cally Mullah was absolutely certain. But Rahat Ali Chowdhury said not out, that one was sliding down the leg side. He'll signal leg by, so no bat involved. Just trying to get a look at the replay myself here. Yeah, clearly sliding down the leg side, that one. Looks for the Yorker again. Brilliant bowling from Cally Mullah. Got a real head of steam he's building up here today. Bowling extreme pace. This is about as quick as you'll see in the associate world. Looks to me significantly quicker right now than Bilal Khan, who's in and around the 80 to 82, maybe even up to 84 miles an hour at his best. 135, 140 kilometers an hour in new money. But Cally Mullah, I think, is a point to prove here. Not an automatic pick in the T20 format for Oman. He's trying to show off just how effective he can be in the shortest version. Looks for the Yorker again, hammered away, and that would have been a spectacular catch. Zishan Maksud does get a hand on it, and it's going to end up saving just a solitary run as they run back for 3. And all the way out to the boundary there. Really good field sizes here, 70-yard boundaries on all perimeters. So that's going to close out an expensive 4th over. Qatar are going to 10 and over. It's 40 for none. So going to see a change in bowling, and no real surprise in this. Oman need to change something. Qatar off to a flyer, and they're going to go to spin. And go to the most experienced man in their squad, the 38-year-old Amir Kaleem. Will bowl his left arm, orthodox, quick and flat. Big appeal, first ball, 2 noises I heard, perhaps a hint of inside edge. Might be the only thing that saved Zahiruddin there. Definitely 2 noises, very audibly. So perhaps just a hint of inside edge. Down the leg side, that one's going to be signalled wide. Good glove work from Siraj Kumar, even though he didn't hang on. Making sure there was no more. It's a tough playing schedule, this Western Region Asian Cricket Council T20 qualifier, because if you go to the final, you play 5 T20Is in 5 days. Shorter into the pitch. Could be half a chance of a run out. Direct hit's going to be close. Good running, though, from Cameron Khan, who gets home just about. In fact, that was Cameron Khan on strike. Apologies, not Zahiruddin, for that delivery. This was Cameron Khan who survived the big LBW shout. What a moment that would have been. Qatari opener who made 88 yesterday. It's a good tight start this from Syed Amir Kaleem. Hit down the ground and just long on outside the circle. Down the ground, that's Jatinder Singh. Good running between the wickets. They get back for 2. Yeah, the 2 fielders stationed outside the circle out at deep mid wicket and long on. So no one in the deep and the offside. I think Zahiruddin was looking to go over long off there, but just skewed off an inside edge. He's going to hit this one into the leg side. The 2 men out are going to have work to do. And a poor piece of fielding in the deep. We spoke a little bit about this, if you might have been watching the coverage from Kathmandu. Oman brilliant with the bat and ball in Kathmandu, but poor in the field. Just apologise for the few technical issues we're having. We'll have to stick with the side on view for the moment. Get those cameras back up as soon as we can. Yeah, so the introduction of spin, effective in stemming the flow of runs. Just 6 coming from that Amir Kaleem over. But still no wickets for Oman. The end of 5, Qatar right on top, 46 for none. Here's the 2 points tables on your screen at the moment. Qatar and Oman taking huge wins. Qatar in particular, look at that net run rate, 5.3 to advantage. And of course, don't rule out net run rate as playing a factor. Last year, in this very Western region qualifier, now it was without Oman and Qatar, who were automatically advanced to the main qualifier. Saudi Arabia needed their net run rate to come into play as they took the title here. But Saudi are going to need to bounce back. They were hammered by Kuwait yesterday, turn up for the books. So they're looking to get back on track today against Iran. That game's going on right now on Academy Oval 1. You can watch that on the Asian Cricket Council YouTube with my colleague Barney Reid. But right now you're watching the top of the table clash in Group A. Oman against Qatar with me, Andrew Leonard. Delighted to be bringing you these pictures all week. From Oman, we're going to have a double change in bowling. Zishan Maksoud's left arm spin into the attack. Immediately an ugly heave across the line. That's not the way we saw Kamran Khan bat yesterday. He batted so elegantly. Lucky to get away with that one. But the Oman captain deciding he's got to go to spin. Brings himself into the attack. The final over the power play. Short ball cut away aerially, but just short. The fielder, third man. Testing start here for the hosts Oman. Remember, they'd be big favourites. They're one of the form sides in associate cricket. But there's not a huge amount between these two teams. Oman ranked 17th in the world. Qatar ranked 23rd. Almost a mix-up between the batsmen, as we so often see. That backward point position. I don't know whether the batsman or the non-striker's calling it. Looks for the sweep shot. And the introduction of spin has brought a real element of control to this game for Oman, but they need the breakthrough. But what a boost it is for Oman to have Zishan Maksoud back to lead the team. He's bowling really good tight stuff here. Right now, Kamran Khan just can't get down the far end. Zahiruddin's struggling to rotate the strike. 17 off 17, whereas Kamran Khan certainly going the quicker, just coming down to his partner and offering him some advice. Slower through the air this time, cut away, but again he finds the fielder. Lots of dot balls in the power play. That's not what Qatar wanted. 4 dot balls back to back. So at the end of the power play, Qatar moved to 47 for none. So at the end of the power play, with 6 overs gone, delighted to be joined in the commentary box for the first time today. Give my voice a little bit of a rest here. We'll see how Amir Kaleem goes. Hammered down the ground, but of course 5 men allowed outside the circle, so that's just going to be a single down to Jatinder Singh. So I'm joined by Everett Labouche, the strength and conditioning coach for Oman, who's been with the setup now for a couple of years. You're very welcome.
Thanks, Andrew, and thanks for the opportunity. I joined in October 2018, just before the Division 3 tournament that was hosted here in Oman, and been in and out on a contract basis basically for the first year, and then joined full-time last year around August, September.
Tell us about the rise of Oman cricket. It's a really phenomenal story, almost shades of something like in Afghanistan.
Yeah, definitely, and I've been privileged to be part of it now for the last, like I say, year and a half.
That one's hammered into the offside, going to be work to do in the deep, and it's not going to be able to be cut off. Just going wide of Khurram Khan out there, and the runs continue to flow for Qatar at the moment. This time Zaharuddin gets one away, too full from Amir Kaleem. So judging by the accent, I hope you don't mind, you're obviously from South Africa. Tell us a bit about your background, how you got into cricket and how you came into this role with Oman.
Yes, definitely. I'm a South African, born and bred. Loved cricket all my life. Played a bit of cricket, never first class level, academy and Premier League cricket in South Africa. Then got into coaching at a young age while I was a student. So studied sports science and then biokinetics in South Africa, and then also did my level 3 coaching.
That one's heaved into the sky, and there's going to be work to do for long on, and it's going to soar over his head. The power hitting from Qatar continues. Again, a little bit too full, perhaps, from Amir Kaleem, and Zaharuddin's coming to the party now as well, joining Cameron Khan. That one soars for 6. Impressive stuff, this from Qatar. I suppose I need to ask you while you're here that the growth of cricket in the Asian Cricket Council region in particular, the likes of a Qatar up to 23rd in the world, there's no easy games for you guys now.
No, definitely. I think it's evident to see today as well. So I think there's a lot of talent around. I think a few things obviously differ from team to team. And
good diving stop from Zishan Maqsood's going to cut off the boundary and keep it to just a single.
Primarily, I think we in a good space with regards to the backing we get from the board and the systems we have in place at the moment. So I think that gives us a bit of an edge. But talent-wise and ability, there's definitely it's even playing ground for sure.
Just flighted and out to Khurram Khan, who's going to mop that up for a single. So an expensive over. At the end of 7 overs now, Qatar moved to 60 for none. And if you're just joining us for the first time today, Andrew Leonard here, and delighted to have Herbert Labouche, the S&C coach for Oman. Tell us a bit about your role as strength and conditioning coach. It's something that we've seen a big marked improvement in the Oman side in terms of their fitness, their strength, their conditioning.
Yeah, I think when I arrived here, like I say, it's mostly, I think, a mental preparation. That's the biggest part. You're not going to change much physically in a few days' time.
That one pulled into the deep. There's going to be work to do for Jatinder Singh, and he won't be able to cut it off. The runs continue to flow, and they're flowing from the bat of both Cameron Khan and Zaharuddin at the moment. We didn't see anything from Zaharuddin yesterday. He really struggled in his short stay at the crease, and it was the Cameron Khan show making 88 before he was joined by the powerful Mohammed Tanvir. So with Qatar still having Tanvir to come, really eyeing another big total. They couldn't get over 200 yesterday. But right now, I just wonder, are they thinking about more than 200? Of course, for Oman, this is not just a second T20I in 2 days, but you've gone from an afternoon game yesterday to coming to a 9:30 a.m. start. There must be a few sore bodies.
Yeah, I think so. Definitely a little bit. Luckily, we had a shorter game yesterday, so I don't think too many overs bowled.
And tell us a bit about your time here in Oman, coming up from South Africa. The facilities are probably fair to describe them as world class, particularly here at the academy. But outside of that, do you spend any time away from the national team trying to put some structures in place for some of the young sides?
Yeah, look, the facilities are definitely world class. I think everyone gets a welcome surprise when they arrive here for the first time. We are actually launching an academy, and that'll be part of my job here as well, or my duties in Oman, to manage the Oman Cricket Academy, which will be for age groups from under 9 to under 19. And we actually have an open day for that on the 3rd of March here in Amarat. It'll be starting at 7 p.m. on that evening, and we'll have some activities available for the boys to come and participate and enjoy the great facilities. And then we'll launch the academy officially. The first training day will be on the 15th of March.
So that's a completely open trial day. Anyone from anywhere in Oman, whatever their background, can come along and try out?
Yeah, for sure. We want as many people here as possible, and they just can come and enjoy the facilities. Basically, it's just to showcase the facilities and give a bit of exposure to the Oman Cricket, and hopefully get some more feet when the academy then launches with training on the 15th of March.
Crucial moment in the match here in this second Group A clash for Oman and Qatar. The top of the table clash is going to be Kaur Ali. So impressive yesterday. 4 wickets. I was joking with him afterwards in an interview. I seem to be his good luck charm. Whenever I come to cover Oman cricket, it seems that Kaur Ali can't stop taking wickets.
I think we must wait for this googly in this over. I think there'll be a big googly coming.
I think there's no doubt that we'll have the googly. We're just going to bring those pictures back to you in a moment. A few problems with 1 or 2 of our cameras, but Kaur Ali into the attack. Kaur, an out-and-out all-rounder. He struggled a little bit for wickets in Kathmandu, which was perhaps a surprise given the spinning tracks.
We feel he probably bowled a little bit too slow. His natural pace is a little bit slower, and the wickets were turning there, but very slow turn. And that allowed the batters to basically read him off the deck. Whereas if you bowled a little bit quicker into the wicket and kept the guys on the front foot. So I think they played him too much off the back foot in Kathmandu. But that's all things learning and different conditions, which is one of the great things about playing in different conditions.
Yeah, we've seen the leg spinners so effective in the T20I format as well. That was obviously ODIs in Kathmandu. Short ball, that's a poor delivery. And that one's hammered into the deep. Don't see that too often from the great man with 68 in his back, Kaur Ali. That's about as poor a delivery as you'll see from him. He's dragged that one down and really well dispatched, and dispatched for a maximum. The form that Cameron Khan is in, he's not going to miss out on that. And that one's in fact soared over the retaining fence here. We're going to have a break in play and the call for new balls. Horrible to have you in the commentary box when a man are going badly, but it's this game is in the balance right now.
Look, I think we know it's a flat deck here, so normally this is a higher scoring ground than the main ground. Quick outfield, good wicket. So obviously we're not happy the way we're bowling, but still I think, like you say, the game in the balance. So not gone yet.
Yeah, a lot of cricket to play here. It's the top of the table clash, and remember the way that this tournament works here. The Western Region qualifiers, 8 teams playing out. As we see the umpires on screen looking through the selection box of new balls. Always a bad feeling, particularly as a spinner after you've been dispatched and you hold the game up while they go for a fresh ball. But 8 teams here in the Western Region T20 qualifier playing out for just 2 spots, and the growth and depth and competitiveness in not just associate cricket globally, but particularly Asian cricket. You think that just 2 sides from here will go on to join the likes of maybe Nepal, Malaysia, Singapore or Hong Kong from the Eastern region, and then playing out for just 1 spot with the big boys. It's not an easy pathway.
No, I think that's the life of associate cricket. Qualifier to qualifier and always fighting for that 1 or 2 spots. There's so much talent in this part of the world, subcontinent and now in the Middle East, especially with all the expats working in this part of the world. So it's always going to be big competition.
Fuller down the ground, hit towards long on. It's going to fall short of the long on fielder down there. That's Sandeep Good. So Kaur Ali just trying to find the breakthrough for Oman, and how they need it. This opening partnership worth 75. It's much better from Kaur Ali. That's his natural length. You can almost see it out of the hand with him as a leg spinner. As soon as it comes out, you know whether it's going to be a good one or not.
Yeah, for sure. I think he's a big rhythm bowler, Kawa. If you see it, his run-up also a little bit longer run-up for leggy. He doesn't spend as much time in the crease, so it's all about rhythm as well for him, for sure.
He does have that killer googly. 2 wickets with the googly yesterday. One real beauty, chopping the batsman in half and clean bowling him. We haven't seen it used just yet, just trying to find his rhythm. As you say, a good finish to the over with 2 dots means that despite that gigantic 6, just 8 runs from the over. So let's talk a little bit about Oman's journey to what will be their second global event, getting through the qualifier there in the UAE and going on to Australia 2020.
Yeah, it's been a hell of a few months, and that was probably the cherry on top with regards to T20s, qualifying for the World Cup. All the boys looking forward to that, being able to showcase their talents on the world stage. So, rearing to go. But I think a little bit of a welcome break in the next couple of months also for the boys. Also mentally to just get a bit fresh and then start preparation for the upcoming World Cup. So a few things happening before then. We got a T20 series and ODIs in Netherlands in June, end of June, and then after that we'll start in all earnest, just focusing on T20s for the World Cup.
You didn't do it easy in the UAE.
No, it was a nerve-wracking experience, especially that last match against Hong Kong. We definitely took the hard route, and sometimes you find it with these guys, they leave it to the last. But super proud of the boys. They really played exceptional cricket, and at the end, I think we feel we definitely deserve to be there. So we've played some good cricket in the last few months.
It was a brilliant expose for associate cricket, of course, not just associate cricket. Ireland, the Test nation there as well, and Ireland didn't do it easy either.
We did them a good favour there. I think 40 was happy after our game against Jersey, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Changing bowling and Mohammed Nadeem into the attack, another crucial moment in the match. Mohammed Nadeem, in my opinion, so often underutilised as a bowler. So impressive, and he's quicker than you think.
He's probably the quickest bowler in our team, and I don't know if you watched the game yesterday live on that side, Andrew. He was definitely getting a few rockets down yesterday, some good carry, and he's one of those guys also, big rhythm, longer run up. So you see a lot of rhythm in his action as well, and on the day, if he's got that rhythm, he bowls a nice quick ball. So, and he hits a good back of a length area as a natural length with a high arm release, so it's good.
Oh, geez, and speaking of extra bounce, that's really rushed Cameron Khan, who's actually played it really well. Jatinder Singh thinks that if he'd affected the direct hit, he could have run him out. Really lazy piece of running from Cameron Khan. I think he was perhaps a bit shocked by the extra bounce. We went out and had a look at the pitch. There's definitely a bit of grass on it, so maybe some assistance for some of the seamers, but Bilal Khan, not his best opening spell.
Yeah, I think there is a bit of grass on the wicket, but normally not too much seam movement on here. I think so. It could be a little bit deceiving, but definitely a bit more grass on. Billy probably didn't hit the good lengths today, so I think he was in between a little bit. But as I mentioned before, I think it's a good batting wicket, so you have to be good with your variations and just mixing up the pace a bit to prevent the batters from getting into a good rhythm.
Yeah, we saw Cali Mullah go short from this end. Mohammed Nadeem doing the same. Back of a length, and that one strays wide outside the off stump, much to the dismay of the man to my right in the commentary box. Always a frustrating thing watching on as a coach. Not a huge amount you can do apart from watch and analyse.
Yeah, look, I didn't have any grey hair before I came here a year and a half back. So definitely a bit frustrating. But also, the guy's always giving 100%. So you never doubt that. And that's great to see. Then sometimes execution not 100%, but the effort is always there and you can't ask for more.
Yeah, the story of Oman cricket and their rise in the associate world onto the global stage has been a phenomenal one. That one's pulled into the deep, and it's going to go wide of Kurram Khan, the Omani Kurram Khan, who nearly effects a brilliant stop, but very honestly says that one has touched the rope. So that one is going to be a boundary for picking up on the short of a length, perhaps a little bit too predictable, going back to back to back short deliveries from Mohammed Nadeem and just sitting up to be hit. And this partnership from Qatar really advancing now. Perhaps the only happy Omani in the ground at the moment is the groundsman, who's walked past us with a big smile on his face because he's produced another belter of a wicket here.
Yeah, we're very fortunate to be blessed with a great groundsman here in Oman. So Anup is really produced some great wickets for all the home tournaments here, and I haven't heard anyone being unhappy. Definitely.
And that one is come off the top edge straight into the helmet, and it's going to be taken. And the umpire is just making sure the catch has been taken. It has. And we're just going to wait for the batsman to decide whether or not to walk off. He will. Strange dismissal again. That extra pace of Mohammed Nadeem causing the ball to come off the top edge. He was looking for the flick towards the leg side. I think it's ended up cannoning into the helmet.
Yeah, I think it might have been a edge onto the pads or onto the body, and then just went up. But definitely, Nadeem always makes things happen when he comes up onto bowl. So he's also got that bit of a golden arm, same as Akib Ilyas, who's obviously not here.
Yeah, it seems that Mohammed Nadeem takes a wicket almost every time with his first over. I reckon every first over spell in Kathmandu he took a wicket. He just got that magic touch.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe we should bowl him from both ends.
Not sure the ICC or the Asian Cricket Council would be allowing that one, but Mohammed Nadeem has the crucial breakthrough and Zahiruddin has to go. He falls for 39, a really good innings from him, complimenting Cameron Khan well. And for Qatari fans, they're going to be pleased, not pleased with the fall of wicket, but pleased that Mohammed Tanvir is coming to the crease. So impressive yesterday in partnership with Cameron Khan. But Cameron Khan's going to be on strike because the batsman did cross with the ball looping up so slowly off the helmet. Who took that catch there? It was Kaur Ali, I think.
It's Zishan Maksud.
Zishan Maksud, the skipper. Yeah, and of course we spoke to Zishan this morning to offer our condolences. Tragic loss of not just his grandfather but his grandmother within 4 days.
Yeah, it's never nice, and that's the reality. Still all human beings in the team, and these things happen.
Cut shot, and we could have back-to-back wickets here. We won't. Kaur Ali just for a moment thought he was in business out of deep cover. Something that perhaps a little critical. If you look at the performance in Kathmandu, outstanding, 4 matches, 4 wins with bat and ball. Aki Bilias in particular, who's not here having fractured a finger. Unfortunately, Zishan Maksud, superb. Mohammed Nadeem, outstanding. Then the bowlers, particularly your seamers, backed it up really well. But the fielding and the running between the wickets, something that's provided a bit of concern for the coaching staff.
Yeah, I think it's that's an ongoing process. The fielding and the running between the wickets. I think it's something that we have improved on in the last year and a half, but still a lot of room for improvement there. I think it's getting better, but still a bit of a concern. I think not necessarily dropping catches, but just better awareness in the field, better backing up, getting into better positions, getting the correct fielders in the right positions. Yeah, all these things. So just general awareness and reacting quicker. I think that's one thing definitely that can still improve. Yeah.
Halfway stage of the second match for both Qatar and Oman in this Group A clash in the western region of the Asian Cricket Council. T20 qualifier here in beautiful Al Emirat, about 15 minutes outside of downtown Muscat, and we're going to see a change in bowling. Just a solitary over for Kaur Ali. Taken out of the attack, they're going back to the experience of Amir Kaleem, who's proved expensive so far. The halfway stage, Qatar 83 for 1. Surprised to see Kaur Ali taken out of the attack?
Yeah, a little bit. I think the captain going here and see if he can get another wicket. Yeah, I think he's backing a few dot balls also with a new batter in. So maybe get a bowler in that you probably safe to get a few dot balls in, where Kawa might be more of a wicket-taking option at this stage. So I think trying to get a few overs out of the game quickly.
Yeah, good captaincy from Zishan Maksud. Potentially he's found 2 dots to start with as well. Maksud himself, who very much started out his career as a batsman who bowled very occasional left-arm spin, has become a key bowler in this Omani attack.
Shani is an exceptional bowler, and but a reluctant bowler. So at nets also, you don't see him bowl as many overs as the other spinners, but when he gets to the match, he's on target from ball 1 normally, and he's really a talent. So yeah, good to have him back.
He had it on a string in Kathmandu. Down the track, the dots build up the pressure. Takes the aggressive route, and those dots just building up a little bit of pressure on Qatar. Looked definitely on par for over 200 at one point. Maybe looking more like 160, 180 now, but a lot of cricket to be played in this second half of the first innings. And Oman have been so clever with their cricket over the last 18 months to 2 to 3 years, just finding ways to win games.
Yeah, I think playing more under pressure. There's been a few pressure situations in the last few years, so I think the guys, that's definitely helped, and the fact that we've kept a core group of players together. So I think you see that in associate cricket, rise of a country, and that happens. So the key for us will be consistency and continuity in the next.
That one's hit down the ground towards long off, who runs in, and he can't even get a hand on it. Bilal Khan attempted to take the catch. He gambled and decided that the wicket was worth the risk of conceding the boundary. Ends up not even getting a hand on it, and it runs away. 1 bounce 4. Yeah, certainly not in control of that shot. Tall Mohamed Tanvir. But we saw yesterday, and this was something I was really struck by with the Qatar side, not just accessing the leg side, they love it inside out through extra cover. Real talent in their batting.
Yeah, definitely. I think also a lot of these boys play tape cricket back home and in Pakistan or India, subcontinent. So they used to pace on the ball, and definitely a lot of talent around for sure.
Yeah, Qatar are going to be the ones who are really looking to upset the apple cart here this week. Oman and the UAE, heavy favourites. Two highest ranked sides, 15th the UAE and 17th in the world in T20I cricket, Oman. But they've got sides snapping at their heels. Qatar, who you're watching here, Kuwait, big win over Saudi yesterday. Saudi Arabia themselves will be looking to bounce back with a big win over Iran across on the main Academy Oval today in Group B. And then, of course, a little bit of a gap, really, being honest, down to the Maldives and Iran.
Yeah, definitely. I think there is a bit of a gap there, but everyone has to start somewhere. So I think these teams have to look at it from a different perspective. Great opportunity for them to get some exposure and also, just measure and see where they are compared to some of the other nations that have made it a little bit higher.
That's really good bowling. Great carry through to the keeper. You can see Suraj Kumar taking that right up around his chest. Mohamed Nadeem is bowling some wheels here this morning. Not sure whether or not he's coming quicker than Kali Mullah from the Al Emirat end. I think both of those are really in good rhythm this morning.
Yeah, it looks like Dimi woke up on the right side of the bed for some good rhythm and good pace. And he's really a good guy as well. Great sense of humor. We always joke he's a 36-year-old trapped in a 16-year-old trapped in a 36-year-old body. He's got a great sense of humor.
There's definitely... Oh, he's hit him on the helmet. And we're going to have a break in play here because that was short and sharp and nasty. And I hope that we're going to see the Qatar physio come onto the pitch. And really good to see Mohamed Nadeem and go down and check on Cameron Khan. And that's hit in a nasty area of the helmet as well. I think it's hit right around the temple, the side of the head. In this day and age, we're rightly going to see the concussion protocol be gone through. We see the Qatari physio coming on. It's the second time we've seen an Oman bowler hit a batsman in the helmet. Yesterday, Bilal Khan with his surprise short ball. But that was quick from Mohamed Nadeem.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of extra pace there, and you see this quite often with Nadeem. So definitely good rhythm. I think we don't mind this break in play, a little bit of break in the rhythm of the game. So hopefully our guys can regroup a bit and slow down the game a bit. I think that's important to change the rhythm, yeah.
Yeah, concerning scenes on your screen there with Cameron Khan taking what was a really nasty blow. The one yesterday from Bilal Khan seemed a bit safer. I know it's hard to describe a hit to the helmet as safe, but that was a nasty.
Yeah, never good to see. So I'm sure the physio and the medical staff are out there having it checked out. And it's great to see ICC have taken a big stand on head injuries and concussion tests, etc. So it's, I think, a part of the game that's definitely changed and improved in the last few years. So more awareness around that, and it's definitely something that can be very serious.
Yeah, rightly so as well. And you could see that Qatari physio giving Cameron Khan the full concussion protocol test. Is that something that you guys have had to skill up on within your squad as well?
Yeah, for sure. And we actually had a discussion yesterday saying that it will be great if the umpires have more knowledge on that as well, and they know the protocol. Because now let's say he passed this test now, but there's a bit of a delayed concussion as well. So maybe in 10 or 15 minutes time, the batter starts showing some symptoms. The umpires need to be aware of that and also then be able to make a decision. But us, in practice, we've actually had a couple of cases in the last 2 weeks where there's been hits and guys going off to hospital. We had a case of a delayed concussion actually in the UAE during the T20 qualifier. So Naseem Kushi, and he actually only had the day after. So that does happen. So definitely everyone had to upskill on that.
Good bravery shown from Cameron Khan, because the ball, after being hit, a real nasty blow to the side of the head, it's short and wide from Mohamed Nadeem and flayed away high and handsome over the offside, and what a comeback that is. Real bravery shown by Karim Khan. 88 runs yesterday, and he's backing it up here. Moves to within touching distance of a 50, moves to 43 not out. What a shot that was.
Yeah, excellent shot. Always good to see guys hitting over point, a little bit extra pace, that helps. So always a great shot to see.
Shades of Robin Smith, a former great South African who went on to play for England.
Yeah, and he also had a bad experience with the ball in the face, so similar things.
Yeah, I think it was against the West Indies. He took that sickening blow to the bridge of the nose, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It was looking like
I think.
he'd been hit by George Foreman.
Yeah, I think probably felt worse. But yeah, part of the game. And yeah, luckily the safety equipment has definitely, the technology has improved. And yeah, so good helmets out there, and that makes life a little bit easier.
Yeah, so good to see the safety equipment being prioritised in this day and age after tragic scenes 4 or 5 years ago with the death of Philip Hughes. And it's important that that continues to be the case in cricket across the world. Again, quick from Nadeem. Cameron Khan jumping around the crease, looking to whip that into the leg side. 12 overs gone. Qatar 94 for 1. Just going to keep you with us for maybe 2 more overs, if you don't mind, Ever. Great to get the thoughts of the Oman strength and conditioning coach here in the commentary box to my right. Can I ask you a little bit about how you're juggling the multiple formats you play in? No 4-day cricket in recent times for the associates with the demise of the Intercontinental Cup, but even juggling between T20 and ODI, they're such different games, even though they're both played with a white ball and coloured clothing.
No, for sure. I think that's where our head coach, Mr. Dilip Mendes, as well as the analyst Zishan, they have to be on the ball with regards to just getting the game plan set in place. And then it is obviously different formats, but I think a lot of the things you take over, we always say the intensity changes and the intent changes. So more intent, high intensity, and a few different game plans. But the guys have been doing well with that, so it's not been too difficult, the transition.
Going to see Amir Kaleem continue for his final over. Really good stop by Kerr Ali at backward point. Some of the criticism I've given Oman about their fielding, perhaps they've been listening, starting to try to take it up a notch, and they're battling their way back into the game here.
Yeah, look, I don't think we've been on the ball today so far. I think a few bad misses in the outfield especially.
Shorter this time. Perhaps Amir Kaleem saw the batsman coming down the track. Qatar trying to make a real statement here. They know they're playing a higher ranked opposition, but their rise in world cricket, they're trying to almost copycat what Oman have done over the last 2 or 3 years, come up through the divisions. They're certainly lower ranked in the ODI format, down in the challenge leagues at the moment, but making a real rise in the T20 format.
Yeah, I think it's great to see more teams, better competition, especially in this part of the world. Then it doesn't stop us to play bilateral series against teams that are also coming up through the ranks. UAE, Qatar, all these teams nearby. So that's good news.
Let me ask you a little bit about the experience in Kathmandu as well. I'm sure we've got some viewers and listeners tuning in from Nepal, the cricket crazed region that it is. It was probably one of the most memorable weeks of your cricketing career.
No, for sure. I think it's an unbelievable cricket culture there and cricket loving public. So they really made us feel welcome.
Looks for the big hit down the ground, skews off the inside edge. Misfortune for Amir Kaleem. That's not what that delivery deserved, really. And that's going to bring the 100 up. Cameron Khan just 2 runs away now from back-to-back 50s. It seemed like the Nepalese public really took to you as well. The touching moments of your batsman going to 100 and the home crowd rising, even though the runs are being made against Nepal.
Yeah, that was unbelievable to see. Goosebump stuff. So to see they appreciate great cricket, and that's definitely what they did there. They really showed the appreciation. So our boys loved it. They really enjoyed the experience as well. Short
and wide outside the off stump, in fact signalled as wide. That one almost off the pitch. Suraj Kumar having to dash across to his right. The form of Aki Bilias there, we thought that Mohamed Nadeem was nailed on for the player of the tournament after the first 2 games, but those back-to-back hundreds in the last 2 matches, and not just the hundreds, but the wickets as well. And the wickets are not coming here for Oman. That one soars into the sky. Back-to-back T20 I-50s for Kamran Khan. This one today coming from 39 deliveries. Talking about player of the tournament in Kathmandu, we've got a contender for player of the tournament here in Muscat, because Kamran Khan is making a statement. Big 6 hit into the deep, the final ball of Amir Kalim's spell. He's going to finish with 4 overs, none for 38. Concerning scenes for Omani fans all throughout the region. Qatar are arguably on top at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like they cashing in here on a good deck, and that's the thing. If once you're in here, you have to make it count, and they've definitely done that today. So definitely not made their wicket cheap, and if he stays in for a while here, then they can be in for a very big score here. So I think Oman definitely looking to get a wicket here and try and stop this flow runs.
Yeah, you were just seeing Kamran Khan on strike, and you're seeing him on screen now. 54 not out off 39 deliveries, 5 boundaries and 3 maximums. And what that's meant is, and what that has meant is that another change in bowling has occurred. Kaur Ali's leg breaks both back into the attack. And you can see Zishan Maksud really feeling like he needs to break this partnership.
Yeah, definitely. I think you want to have 2 new batters at the crease, especially at the start of about 15th, 16th over. If there's a set batter coming at that stage of the innings, then there could be some damage.
Change of ends for Kaur Ali. And he's going to pick up that wicket that his captain wanted, as he so often does. Kaur Ali strikes. And he's taken the wicket, the big wicket of Kamran Khan. He comes down the track. He can only pick out long on, and a good catch held in the deep.
Yeah, good catch by Naseem Kushi there. And yeah, like you mentioned, Kaur definitely also a wicket-taking bowler. So good to see him get that wicket now. And I think that's just what we required here to break that partnership. And Kamran batted exceptionally well. So 2 new batters at the crease. Hopefully we can get a few overs through here with a few dot balls in.
Yeah, big moment in the match that, because if Kamran Khan had kept wielding the willow like he had been, not just today but yesterday, Qatar were looking on course for a huge score. But with that wicket, Oman might just rest the initiative back. Gets a big ovation as he walks off. But the new man to the crease is the keeper batsman. That's Mohammad Rizlan. He's in at number 4. Big moment, and no huge celebrations from your side. Perhaps just a little bit under the pump here.
Definitely, I can see there's a bit of pressure on. So the way we react to this is obviously going to be important now. I think another wicket here, you might see bigger celebrations. I think it was more of a relief to get that wicket than a celebration.
Yeah, spot on. Absolutely was a relief. But a great change in bowling from Zishan Maksud. Could be 2 and 2 balls, and it will be. That is not a shot that you're going to want to see again if you're a Qatari fan, because the wicket after falling, and we do get a bit of a celebration, a point to the fans from Jatinder Singh. If we wanted a celebration, we had the right man catching it. But just months ago, I was here in Muscat for the Pentangular Series, and Kaur Ali had a hat-trick. He's on the brink of another one.
Well, that will be amazing, and a good time to get one as well. Jati, safe pair of hands. I always joke and say I don't think I've seen him drop a catch, so hopefully not putting the mockers on him, but definitely a safe pair of hands.
Yeah, quite extraordinary shot from his first delivery, Mohammad Rizlan. He decided that he wasn't going to hang around and get his partner on strike. He was going to try and pongo it out of the ground.
I think there's a lot of overs left, so I think they shouldn't just go in and have a go. Maybe get a 15-20 run partnership here and wrestle back some momentum. Qatar, that would be ideal for them. So we don't mind the wickets falling, but there's still a lot of overs left, so they can play decent cricket.
Yeah, 2 and 2. And for the second time in 4 months, Kaur Ali is on the brink of a T20 international hat-trick. We saw his great delight in taking that in the Pentangular Series. That was across at the main ground here, the Academy Oval 1. Can he do the double? The left-hander to the crease. You think the googly's coming?
I think he's probably going to bowl that. He's got a similar to a flipper, which ball that just skids on straight. So I would put my money on that, yeah, and see if he can get that LB or bold.
Yeah, so it's going to be Imal Malindo to the crease. Carali's on a hat-trick. Slower through the air and well kept out. He didn't want to give him that hat-trick.
No, well, so we're still happy with the dot ball. So at this stage, that's gold.
Yeah, really good stuff this from Carali. And just want to ask you before we let you go, how good a captain is Ishan Maksud? He seems to have that Midas touch in the field with his changes.
I think he's definitely grown as a captain in the last couple of years, and he's got the backing of the boys as well, which is very important. And yeah, definitely his tactics, his strategy. He also understands his players, so he knows what he can get from each bowler, and where he needs them. So I think he's been exceptional for us. And when he doesn't play, you definitely realize that we miss him. So definitely a big cog in the wheel.
Yeah, that's the Oman captain. And what a bowling change that was that he affected. Carali's got 2 for 10 after 2 overs, taking 2 wickets in the over, just 2 runs coming from it. And at the end of 14 overs, Qatar 110 for 3. So at this point, we're going to bid a very fond farewell and say a huge thanks to Everett Labouche, the Oman strength and conditioning coach. Thanks for joining us. We might hear from you later in the week.
Thanks, Andrew. Thanks for the opportunity, and it was great speaking to you. And yeah, always welcome. Just let me know, and I'll pop in.
That's great. Thanks so much. And brilliant to have the thoughts of Everett over the last 6 or 7 overs. Let him get back to his work. It's a hot day here in Muscat. He'll have plenty of work to do with his squad during the half-time break. So 6 overs remain for Qatar, having won the toss and decided to bat first. Andrew Leonard here in the commentary box in the Oman Academy Turf Oval 2. The second pitch here, the superb facilities. Another change in bowling, this one an enforced one. Amir Kaleem's finished his spell. Mohammed Nadeem comes into the attack, a change of ends for him. He's greeted by a lovely shot backward of point. Kalimullah had work to do there, third man. Ishan Maksud has shuffled his deck of bowlers really nicely. He brought his side back into the match here. At one stage it looked like Qatar were running away with it, but the crucial man and the crucial innings now is going to be the wicket of Mohammed Tanvir. He was so impressive yesterday with his T20I half century. And that's not going to help Oman, because that's not just going to be a boundary, but it's going to be 5. Strain in line down the leg side to the left-hander. And Suraj Kumar can't lay a glove on it. So 5 runs to the total. And that ball's going to have to be re-bowled. So the 5 wides just being added onto your score at the bottom of your screen there. You can see it, 117 for 3 now, Qatar. I thought we might be in for a cracking match here in this top of the table clash between Oman and Qatar. It's looking like the thriller that we expected. Cut away, it's going to be back-to-back boundaries here. Really good batting. He's only just come to the crease, the left-hander. Imal Malindu Galyanga, Sri Lankan origin, one of those classic Sri Lankan names, 4 names on the team sheet. But we'll be calling him Imal Malindu as he wants to be known throughout his knock. Short and wide, and Mohammed Nadeem just guilty of bowling 2 sides of the wicket there. 5 wides followed up by a ball that the left-hander was able to throw his hands at, as the left-handers love to do. Down the leg side again, and this is so unlike Mohammed Nadeem. This change of ends for Nadeem, who was bowling with such a head of steam coming down the hill from the far Al Emirat end. It's been brought back in from the nets end and it just hasn't worked for him. Only 2 legal deliveries bowled in this over so far. Already 12 runs added to the total. The 2 new men at the crease, not what Oman would have wanted. Cut away, what a shot that is in front of square this time. There's a sweeper out there, but he's going to be chasing in vain. What a start to the innings this is from Imal Malindu. Didn't get to see anyone past the top 3 or 4 batsmen for Qatar yesterday. They were that dominant. What we're seeing there is depth to this Qatari batting lineup as well. They're trying to make a statement here and turn over the hosts and the favourites for the tournament. Looks for the Yorkers, the comeback. Flayed away off the outside edge. Cally Mullah's not going to be able to cut that off. That's a really poor piece of fielding from the big man. We were just talking with Everett, the S&C coach for Oman, about maybe fielding being their, and the running between the wickets being their weakness. Their batting and bowling's been so good of late, but that was dreadful from Cally Mullah. He ran to his right and he ended up trying to stick out the right foot. Got nowhere near it. This is a gem of a knock from Imal Malindu, 15 off 6 deliveries. He's already struck 3 fours in this over to go with the 5 wides. All of a sudden those dreams of 200 for Qatar are back on the table. Just going to continue from this side angle as we have a few problems with the cameras on the side screens. Slower ball that time from Mohammed Nadeem beats Malindu outside the off stump. But if Qatar can get up towards 200, I was impressed with their bowling attack yesterday as well. It was a varied bowling attack. Really good left arm seamer to open up. They'll fancy themselves to protect it. And remember, this is a Oman batting lineup shorn of Aqib Ilyas, the player of the tournament in Kathmandu at the recent Cricket World Cup League 2 series. He fractured a finger in training just a few days ago and won't be back for 3 or 4 weeks to cricket. Looks for the Yorker this time. Full driven down the ground. Nice shape held by Malindu. Really good standard of cricket here. Very impressed. An expensive over from Mohammed Nadeem. 21 runs coming from it. And at the end of 15 overs, 5 to go. Qatar 131 for 3. It's another glorious day here. A little bit warmer today in Muscat. Kawarali to continue. And they want 2 as the immediate call, and really good batting. He's weighted that one just shy of the 30-yard circle. So Mohammed Nadeem had about 30 yards to sprint in, and his immediate call to his partner was 2. And he gets back to keep the strike. Malindu. I thought Mohammed Tanvir, after his fireworks yesterday, was the man to watch in this partnership, but Imal Malindu playing a real little gem of a knock so far. Slower through the air from Kawarali. That's really good bowling, brave bowling. Just throwing it up outside the off stump, giving Malindu no pace to work with. flatter through the air. This is really good stuff from Kawarali. Such a good spell of bowling from the leg spinner. Just the one really poor delivery that was dispatched over the retaining wall here. It was a lost ball. But pressure on Oman currently. Qatar looking for that 180 mark if they can. Look at that, 3 back-to-back dots from Kawarali. Pressure building on Malindu. He's simply being a passenger at the moment at the non-striker's end. Mohamed Tanvir, you can almost see his itchy feet. He wants to get down onto strike. Fuller this time looks for the slog sweep. Half an appeal. Going to be work to do for fine leg. They will get back for 2. And the signal from the umpire is leg buys. That's Rahat Ali Chowdhury from Saudi Arabia, one of our 2 standing umpires today. Mohammed Yunus from Bahrain, currently at square leg. And Imran Mustafa from Kuwait, our 3rd umpire. Down the track, hit into the sky. It skews off the outside edge, just over the head of Jatinder Singh. There was no chance he could get a hand on that. So finish the over with 2 runs. Another really good one from Kawarali. His leg break so crucial for Oman. So at the end of 16 overs, the score now 137 for 3. So there's the Omani bowling figures and the options for Zishan Maqsood. He's going to bring himself back into the attack. He's still got 2 overs left. Amir Kaleem expensive today, and he's got problems as well because Kalimullah and perhaps most surprisingly Bilal Khan, the star leader of this attack, expensive. 2 overs, none for 20. We see a couple of the Omani replacements walk past us. We've got Fayaz Butt there. Might see him in action this week at some point. And the youngster, the 21-year-old, Wasim Ali. Thank you. Kindly being offered a bottle of water by Sufyan Mahmood, one of the 3 Oman players. And just as we thought that Zishan Maqsood was going to come into the attack, he's had a rethink. He's decided to go back to Bilal Khan, perhaps recognising that with 2 overs left from Bilal Khan, he should be the man to bowl the 2 death overs from the pavilion or the net's end. And interestingly as well, Bilal Khan's going to come over the wicket. So often we see him at the death come around the wicket. And just as I say that, he's telling the batsman to go the other side because he will come around the wicket. So we'll see him try and spear in the Yorkers. From around the wicket, try and shape the ball back in using that angle. Significant movement and a really good take down the leg side from Suraj Kumar. But what the Oman head coach Duleep Mendes won't be happy with at the moment is the number of extras that are being conceded. Lots of wides. You can see 17 already, the total of extras. That's the batting card on your screen. Kamran Khan, 54 off 40, back-to-back T20I half centuries for him. And Bilal Khan more on the money that time. Just having the occasional problem with the camera from directly behind the bowler's arm. Very hot day today, and Muscat will try and get that remedied for you. Hit straight to Zishan Maqsood, who clings on in slightly unconventional circumstances. So that innings from Mohamed Tanvir just never got going. He couldn't get the strike, really. So impressive yesterday against the Maldives, making 60 off 30 odd deliveries, but today couldn't get going. And Zishan Maqsood just clings on to a good catch at extra cover. The 4th wicket falls, and with it just a little bit of that late momentum that Qatar were starting to gain from that really expensive Mohamed Nadeem over. Oman have fought back valiantly. Good tight Kaur Ali over, followed up by a breakthrough from Bilal Khan. It's not often you'll keep Bilal Khan wicketless in any format of the game. You could see he was angry during his initial opening spell. 2 overs, none for 20. So unlike him, so frugal usually. But he's found the 4th wicket, and an important wicket it was. So in now to the crease at number 6, that's Timur Sajjad. Sajjad, of course, the leg spinning all-rounder, beautiful leg breaks, such a nice rhythm and loop to his action. We'll see those later on. And there'll be 4 crucial overs if he bowls his full allocation, there's no doubt about that. I was lucky enough to be allowed to stand as umpire during the Qatar bowlers warm-up this morning. So welcoming these sides have been to us all here in the production team, bringing you these pictures from Muscat. Sajjad looks for the quick single. Jatinder Singh will decide against throwing at the stump, so they'll get through for 1. But yeah, standing out as umpire whilst the Qatari bowlers were going through their paces, and you were just struck by how skillful and impressive they were. 2 left arm spinners, a leg break bowler, left arm seamer and right arm quick. And the full bag of tricks was there. Drift and dip for the leg spinner. Googlies on show, good pace and slower balls from the 2 quicks. And then 2 left arm spinners that complement each other, one that turns it and the other that skids it on. Looks for the block hole that time, Bilal Khan, and finds it. And Amir Kaleem just about prevents the single. A little bit of spin on the ball. Good tight over this from Bilal Khan. Just arresting that momentum that Qatar had generated a couple of overs ago. Non-strikers then, we're just looking at Timur Sajjad. Was warming up like a golf swing. I think we know what his intention's going to be. Try and clear the ropes. Brilliant bowling. Big appeal, but not given. It was almost an afterthought, the appeal at first. I didn't hear anything from our commentary position. Perhaps the batsman maybe hitting the ground, but end result is a dot ball. So what a comeback this has been from Bilal Khan. Just 2 runs from the over so far in the crucial wicket. And he's going to finish with a single, so really good stuff from the left arm quick. One of the foremost quick bowlers in associate cricket, there's no doubt about that, Bilal Khan. 3 overs to go here. Qatar 140 for 4. Just give you a quick update from the other ground, and Iran batting first against Saudi Arabia. Just their 2nd ever official T20 international, having made their debut yesterday. Struggling a bit against Saudi. They will be looking for not just a win, but a big net run rate boost. 70 for 8 in the final over there. Back here, we've got 3 overs to go. We'll still have 3 overs to go because of that wide from Kaur Ali to start. Score 140 for 4. I'm going to just continue with this view from the side of the pitch for the moment. Down the track, hits straight as a die. That's a glorious shot. It's going to dissect long off and long on. Wonderful batting from Imal Malindu. He gets down the track to the pitch of the ball, decides that if Kaur Ali's not going to give him the pace to work with, that he's going to put the pace into the shot. Down the track and all the way along the ground for a glorious boundary 4. We should be able to bring you that behind the bowler view. We will now. It's occasionally just flickering in and out. We'll go back to that when we can. Looks for the sweep shot this time. Just get a single protection out in the deep. 5 fielders outside the circle allowed at this stage, and of course Zishan Maksud using all 5 of them. And so for the right-hander coming on to strike now, we're going to have a deep square leg. Cow corner is going to go out as well. So 3 men in the deep on the leg side, complemented by 2 on the offside. That's deep extra cover and long off. Plenty of space in the deep for 2s to be exploited. Slower through the air, looks for the heave into the offside, and it skews off the outside edge. And big job for Cally Mullah, and Cally Mullah's poor day in the field continues. Not only could he not cut it off, he ends up running into the traffic cone at the end and knocking it over. So hasn't quite been Cally Mullah's couple of days just yet. So really good stuff. It's from Qatar. They're brought up the 150 in the 18th over. This is going to be a challenging total for Oman to chase down. That one's hit into the offside. Aerially, not in full control of the shot, but this 4-over spell from Kaur has been such an important one. It's helped bring his side back into the game. At one stage, Qatar were definitely looking in excess of 200. But Imam Malindu's trying to counterpunch. Could be a chance at the non-strikers end. Direct hit will be out. Brilliant from Bilal Khan. Picks up cleanly. Taimoor Sajjad wanted the single. Imam Malindu didn't. He ended up running through. But Bilal Khan needed the direct hit to effect the run out. And that's exactly what he's done. Not able to bring you the replay of that, but can confirm the direct hit from Bilal Khan affects the run out. Really good piece of fielding. So in at number 7 now for Qatar is going to be with number 7 on his back. In fact, number 5 on his back, apologies. Khurram Shahzad. Number 7 on his back is the man on strike, Taimoor Sajjad. He's hit a glorious shot through the offside, but what a piece of fielding that is. Full length, diving to his left. Sandeep Good cuts off a certain boundary, saves 3 runs. And that's going to end up the spell of Kaur Ali. A brilliant spell it was as well. 4 overs, no maidens, 2 for 26. So 2 overs remain for Qatar to try and advance this total up towards maybe 180. I'm going to have to do it against the brilliant death bowling of Bilal Khan, though, for one of these overs. So effective coming around the wicket to the right-handers at the death. Generates significant movement in. Doesn't allow any elevation to work with. Hits the block hole so well. And look, just as I talk about him hitting the block hole so brilliantly, he finds it absolutely spot on, and the batsman can't do anything with that, no matter who you are. Can just dig it out for a single. Short ball pulled into the deep. There's going to be an opportunity and dropped. It's been put down. Wasn't an easy chance. I think that's Carrali there at short fine leg. It skewed off the top edge. Just unsided from my position briefly, but he never really laid a hand on it. Never looked like taking it. Was running around a little in circles as he tried to get underneath it. Chance goes down. Brilliant bowling, but not a great piece of keeping. Suraj Kumar can't lay a glove on it. The extras continue to rack up here for Oman. Dooley Mendes won't be happy. You can see Zishan Maksud not happy either in the outfield. And that one is swung so extravagantly, it's ended up cutting the batsman in half. And also doing Suraj Kumar. Can't get a glove on it behind the stumps. So 2 back-to-back poor pieces of fielding. A drop catch followed up by 4 byes. Brilliant bowling from Bilal Khan. World-class stuff from him. The end result is 4 more runs to the total. Runs that Qatar will gratefully accept. Finds a block hole again, and what a shot that is. He was looking to go for the ramp, but came too far outside his off stump and ended up playing almost what was an old school French cricket shot. Opening the face in it and working it down to third man for a single. Good innovation by Tamoor Sajjad, as we so often see from leg spinning batsmen. They're always a bit creative. You think of Rashid Khan, the way Shane Warne used to bat. Slower ball. This is brilliant execution of the highest quality from Bilal Khan. What a comeback spell that was. He had 2 overs, none for 20. He's going to finish his spell with 4 overs, 1 for 27. His last 2 overs going for just 7 runs off the bat, and that's the score on your screen. You can see it there with 1 over left after Qatar chose to bat first, having won the toss this morning. Their captain Iqbal Hussain. They're 161 for 5, and they're going to have to target this over. 2 options to go to, really, Zishan Maksud, if you wanted to use a quick bowler, Mohammad Nadeem or Kali Mullah. And he's decided to go to Mohammad Nadeem even after that disastrous over of his that went for 21. So Mohammad Nadeem off the big long run is going to be bowling to Tamoor Sajjad. Will we see some more invention from Sajjad? Will he be looking for the ramp shot? Trying to get it down to fine leg. He's not going to look for the ramp shot. He's going to look to power it down the ground. Mid-off is in the circle. It's going to go over his head. No real timing though, so just the time to get back for 2. Yeah, Mohammad Nadeem has chosen to have his mid-off up in the circle, meaning that he can have his fine leg and his third man back. 5 men in the deep at the moment. Fine leg, deep backward square leg. Long on, extra cover and third man. But Nadeem's proved expensive today. Very unlike him. 5 deliveries left. He's already gone for 36 runs. He's going to be going for more runs here because that's a brilliant shot. Cow corner is not out. It's a position you so often see in the death overs at T20 these days. That would have been right down his throat. But he's picked up the vacant gap at deep mid-wicket or cow corner. And Tamoor Sajjad will get a boundary. A boundary for 1 bounce. And the field's not going to change, so I suspect Tamoor Sajjad's going to try and repeat the dose and heave it across into the leg side again. Good total this for Qatar. 167 for 5. Might just be dreaming of a couple of late boundaries. Get up to 180. They'll be backing themselves to defend that. We will see the change in the field now. So fine leg, Bilal Khan's going to come up into the circle, and Jatinder Singh's going to go back to deep mid-wicket, exactly where that last ball got hit to. And that's a full toss, and that's a nasty delivery. It thuds into the thigh pad. The two umpires look at each other, and they decide that it's not a no ball. I suppose the impact point of that delivery makes the decision an easy one. Thuds, full toss into the thigh pad. Tamoor Sajjad ruefully looks, and he repeats the shot. He just wonders why he couldn't have got bat on that. It would have flown over the head of fine leg for 4, if not all the way for 6. So Mohammed Nadeem gets away with one there. Short ball and ducked under. Too quick from Mohammed Nadeem. Really good bowling. Well bowled, well bowled. Sharbash is the shout from the sideline. You can understand why. That was a beauty. Short and sharp and fiery. Two deliveries left now for Qatar to try and advance this total. 2 maximum 6s will get them up to that 180. Maybe a bit more realistic, 170, 175. Let's see. Into the block hole and heaved into the leg side. Plenty of time for a single. Will they come back for 2? They won't. I think perhaps because they'll think Tamoor Sajjad will have the better chance of striking this final ball for a boundary. So here we go. It's been a really entertaining first innings, this. The final delivery coming up. Can Tamoor Sajjad clear the ropes? Can he get them up to 175? Hit into the leg side. Down towards us, and it's going to end up in my hands. The final delivery of the innings will go straight towards me, over the head of Karam Khan, and he will finish with a maximum. A 6 clipped off his legs, the extra pace of Mohammed Nadeem, allowing that to be worked into the leg side, and rather remarkably, the ball ends up in my hands. Brilliant batting to finish the Qatari innings, and they're going to finish with 175. You can see 2 happy batsmen walking off. What a way to end the innings. You always talk about momentum in T20 cricket. And loud cheers from the Qatari bench. And the reason those cheers are ringing out is because they've got up to what they feel is an above par total. 175 for 5 from their 20 overs. It was built around an opening partnership between Zaharuddin and Kamran Khan. Kamran Khan making back-to-back T20 international half-centuries, following up his 88 with 54 today. And what's most pleasing for me is to see that he's all right after that really nasty blow to the side of the head from Mohammed Nadeem. And we'll take a look at the bowling figures now. Not a day that a few of the Omani bowlers will want to remember. Particularly Amir Kaleem, expensive, 4 overs, none for 38. But Mohammed Nadeem, look at those figures. So rare to see the veteran go for more than 7 or 8 and over, and he's gone at nearly 12 and over today. 4 overs, 1 for 47. It could have been worse as well. Think about that waist high full toss he bowled in the final over. Not his day, but the star of the show for me, yet again. In fact, the 2 stars of the show, Karar Ali and Bilal Khan. 2 for 26 for Karar Ali and 1 for 27. An 82-run opening partnership was the foundation of this innings. You can see why Qatar wanted to bat first. Brilliant batting conditions here, even with the green tinge to the pitch. So at the halfway stage of the second match for both these sides in Group A, Oman and Qatar, I'd say it's honours right about even. We could be in for a thrilling chase. Qatar making 175 for 5 from their 20 overs. And that means that in about 15 to 20 minutes' time, we're going to be back with you with every ball of the chase, where Oman will need 176 to win. So Iran have come up short against Saudi Arabia. And a big win for Saudi Arabia has brought them back in. To the tournament, Saudi will need to win tomorrow to have a chance. Short ball pulled into the deep. Could be a chance. There's a fielder out there. And he's dropped it. He got two hands to it. And he's put it down. It went to his right. He made good ground across Imal. And he got two hands to it, but it burst through the two hands, and it's ended up going for a four. So the second dropped opportunity. In fact, the third, if you count the difficult chance down at third man. And Qatar aren't helping themselves. 5 overs gone. Oman 43 for 1. So 5 overs gone. We're going to have the second change in bowling. We're going to see spin from both ends now. The left arm spin. Coming into the attack of Mohammed Nadeem. For the keen Oman or keen associate fans, of course, this is the second Mohammed Nadeem in the match. Mohammed Nadeem of Oman was expensive with the ball earlier with his seamers. We'll see him bat probably come in at number 5 or 6. But this is Mohammed Nadeem of Qatar. And Mohammed Nadeem will be bowling left arm spin. So if he can pick up a couple of wickets, he might end up bowling to his namesake. We could have Nadeem to Nadeem action here in Muscat. Starts with a short delivery and a really good effort at backward point. Gets a hand on it. It's going to end up saving 2 runs. It's a super stop from the subfielder, Dharmang Patel. Patel's on, of course, for Kamran Khan, who, during the process of making his second back-to-back T20 International 50, took a very nasty blow to the helmet. And that blow to the helmet has ruled him out of fielding for the moment. I think that's a wise decision and good sense seen by obviously the coaching staff of Qatar, but also the match officials and the opposition in Oman. It was a nasty blow to the side of the head, the temple. He continued on batting. I think he's passed all concussion tests, but just as a precaution, he's not on the field currently. So Dharmang Patel on as subfielder. So a slight break in play as Qatar want to get their field set correctly. Powerfully swept in front of square, and rather remarkably, there's no man in the deep on the leg side. Of course, the spinner's bowling the power play here. Just 2 fielders allowed outside the circle, and both those fielders for that delivery are on the offside. And what Kaur Ali does is simply put one leg down the wicket, get the sweep shot out, get it in front of square, and gets it away for a boundary 4. Oman continue to fly in this power play first 6 overs. Kaur Ali down the track this time. Qatar have stuck with the same field though, interestingly. So long off and deep extra cover are out, but no one in the deep in the leg side. In fact, just 3 fielders on the leg side. And Kaur Ali tries to hit it into the leg side and he doesn't, but he gets the top edge and he's going to get another boundary. Nowhere near where Kaur Ali intended. In fact, he fell over playing the shot, but he brings the 50 up. That 50 coming up inside the power play. And Oman are ahead of the game, and the reason they're ahead of the game at the moment is those drop catches. 2 if not 3 drop catches gone down already. And it's kept Oman, the higher ranked side here, remember, on top. Powered through the offside this time, but there's protection out there. Just one ball of the power play remains now. So the final ball of the power play. It's going to be more runs, and just haven't got their field right at all in this over. Qatar, a little bit of tactical naivety perhaps. And the third boundary from the over finishes out the power play, and it's an expensive one. Oman ahead of the rate at the moment. 58 for 1 after 6. So 6 overs gone here. In the top of the table clash in Group A, we're just seeing the Iran team walk past us. Unfortunately, they went down to defeat to Saudi Arabia. Just their second ever T20 international, but some big smiles from the guys from the Islamic Republic of Iran. Great to have them here. Their second T20I, a historic day yesterday. But here on the second oval of 2 at the Academy ground in Al Emirat, just outside Muscat, the beautiful Sultanate of Oman. We've got the hosts Oman taking on Qatar. And we've got a great game in store. Power play's over. Almost half a chance. Looks for the paddle sweep. Karar Ali. He's been very chancy so far in his innings, Karar Ali. And of course, we've seen Karar Ali so brilliant with the ball for Oman so far, but realistically, he's got to put in a performance with the bat today. Move to the 20s. And they're right on track with the required run rate at the moment. Need about 9 and over. Yeah, it's good stuff this from Sajjad. Remember, so unlucky not to have a wicket. Look for 2, and Sajjad himself can't do the fielding. Not too happy with Imal, who was the man who dropped the catch just an over ago off his bowling. Imal Lianga. Lianga a little bit slow to get off the fence that time. Oman doing what they do so often, which is just finding a way to win. Short ball cut away into the deep. Going to be work for the fielder at deep extra cover, who cuts off the boundary well. Nice loop from Sajjad, but he's been well dealt with here from Amir Kaleem. Always difficult for a leg spinner bowling to the left-handed, right-handed combination. 111 more runs required now for we see the sides from Iran just walking past our commentary position. Saudi Arabia taking the big win over on ground 1 in Group B. Short ball this time. Karali hits it straight to the man at extra cover. So we're going to have to stick with the side view camera for the moment. Just still having a few issues with that camera from behind the bowler's arm. Good piece of fielding. We'll keep that to a single. 2 really good overs from Timur Sajjad. So unlucky not to have a wicket yet. 7 overs gone. Oman 65 for 1. So very happy Saudi Arabia side walking past our commentary position here. They've scored a big win. Got themselves back in the competition. Going to find out from Barney Reid in a few overs when he comes to join me just to how quickly that Saudi Arabia win took place, but I think they'll have got their net run rate back into a much better shape. And during this break and play, we'll see if we can just quickly bring you an updated table. Just bear with us for one moment. Yeah, so there's the points table. Saudi Arabia have got their net run rate back into the positive rather remarkably. They chased down that Iran total in just 5.3 overs. So they are back in the mix for one of the 2 spots. It's all eyes now on Group A. You can see at the bottom of your screen, our graphics have just updated. It's 111 more to win at about 8.5 and over. But those 3 drop catches from Qatar have played such a crucial role. And what's going to happen is Qatar are going to bring their captain into the attack. He's the star man with the ball for them. So Iqbal Hussain has come on from the Al Emirat end, and this is going to be a crucial 4 over spell. Yeah, Iqbal Hussain, such an impressive record in T20 international cricket. But if you're watching on your screen there, you'll see he looks a little innocuous. Short run up. Compared him on commentary yesterday to somebody like a Mark Elam and Ian Harvey. An old school dibbly dobbler. Keeper up to the stumps. Obviously knows his game well. 31 wickets last year in T20 internationals. He's already added to that total yesterday. But he's going to need to find the breakthrough for Qatar here to back into the game, and he's not going to find the breakthrough with deliveries like that. 2 full, scythed away, backward of point by Amir Kaleem. Really good batting from Kaleem, promoted up the order to number 3. Here's the replay on your screen here. It was full and wide. He threw the kitchen sink at it really. Skewed away off the outside edge, over the infield. Over the head of the substitute fielder, Dharmang Patel, who's on, of course, because of that head injury to Cameron Khan. Struck by a really nasty short delivery from Mohammad Nadeem during his T20 half-century. But the reports from the Qatar camp are good. He's just sitting out as a precaution. Good batting and good bowling. Just worked away for a single. So we're into the game of cat and mouse through the middle overs here. Qatar are going to need to find the breakthrough, but they're trying to keep the brakes on the run rate as well. Slower ball floated up there temptingly. Karali's slight struggles continue, just 25 off 24 deliveries, but he's really playing the anchor role, which is unlike him. So at the end of 8 overs of the Omani chase, the score is 74 for 1. So delighted to be joined for what will be the remainder of this Oman chase. Coming across and having your first real taste of Group A action, Barney. And we could be in for a thriller here.
Yeah, thank you, Andrew. Good afternoon, everyone. Saw obviously a couple of overs yesterday when I joined you on comms for that opener. Yeah, got a thrilling game here. Very good game of cricket on your hands. You've been treated in Group A to some good games so far.
Yeah, some absolutely belting cricket in Group A. I think I've picked the right side of the coin, Barney. Of course, following Oman quite a lot lately as well. Changing bowling, left arm spinner, another drop catch. That's the fourth one that's gone down. And it's the captain who's put it down spectacularly. A really good effort, it has to be said. Diving head height. Got two hands on it. Could have clung on, but it's burst through.
Yeah, it's a difficult chance, but he's saying 4 drop catches for Qatar. That could prove very costly in these knockout formats.
Yeah, just catching the tail end of the drop there. He dived full length above his head, the skipper, and he couldn't cling on. But that's the fourth catch that's gone down. None of them dollies by any stretch. Perhaps the keeper's catch should have been taken. But all 4 crucial moments in the match. Cut away, and Amir Kaleem loves it through there. The change in bowling, which we should have told you about, was Mohamed Nadeem coming back into the attack. A change of ends. He bowled a solitary over in the power play from the Al Emirat end. He's now back in from the academy end. And Barney, before you look at me like I'm crazy, that's a different Mohamed Nadeem to the Omani Mohamed Nadeem. I want him to get a couple of wickets, so we've got Nadeem to Nadeem action.
It'd certainly be one for the scorers, that, wouldn't it? They'd relish that.
There's a slight difference in the spelling of their Mohammeds. That's the only thing, but the pronunciation obviously the exact same. Darting in his left arm spinners. Surprised we haven't seen the second of the left arm spinners mix up in the running between the wickets. Another half chance. You so often see this. We had Everett Labouche, the strength and conditioning coach for Oman, in earlier, and I was asking him were the two things they really needed to work on, their fielding and their running between the wickets, and he wholeheartedly agreed.
Yeah, it can prove very costly in these games. In T20, it's small margins that win you these games and also lose you them.
You'd have to think if Qatar had even held on to 2 of the 4 chances they've put down, they'd be in the ascendancy here. Instead, it's the home side on top. Still need over 8.5 and over, though. Sides into the deep early as well, and that one will be taken. Amir Kaleem's dashing innings at number 3 is over. He falls for 32 from 18 deliveries. To be honest, he could have fallen 2 or 3 times. But the gamble of promoting him up the orders paid off. 32 off 18. Here's the replay. Short of a length. Looked to flay it. Probably over. Extra cover he was looking. But it went too square. And finally, Qatar have held a catch.
Yeah, an important wicket at this stage of the game. That partnership clearly built very nicely between the 2 Oman batsmen. And they'll be breathing a sigh of relief, the Qataris, to have broken that partnership and to have finally taken one of those catches that we were just discussing.
Well, I'm going to call it now, Barney. I think this game is right in the balance. I think it's 50-50. I think over 8.5 and over. Obviously, the experience of Zishan Maqsood back into the team today is a big advantage for the home side. But even on a good batting pitch with this varied Qatar attack, this is not going to be an easy chase.
Yeah, absolutely. Very finely poised game and very good game in our hands. We said this morning, didn't we, that this game between Qatar and Oman was going to be a cracker. The Saudi Arabia team manager was telling me he wanted their game to be over as quickly as possible so they could come and watch. And they've all come round now. As you can see, the other teams coming over, Kuwait and UAE, have just rocked up for their game at 1:30. I'm sure they're all going to be gradually making their way over here to watch the end of this. Great game on our hands.
It's one of the lovely things about these kind of festivals of cricket. You have 8 countries being represented, all here. They all play every day. So the sides coming in preparation for their afternoon games will now be watching on as the Group A top of the table rivals duke it out. Zishan Maksud into the crease. Back on a flight last night. He's straight into his work. Looks for a big slog sweep. Mix up direct hit's going to be out, I think. Given not out. Incredibly close. We're going to try and take a look at the replay. To my eyes, that was out. But we're going to take a look at the replay. Very close. We're not going to be able to bring you the replay. The Qatari keeper can't believe it. I thought a direct hit was needed. It was a direct hit. So difficult for the umpires because there is no third umpire to go to. But Rahat Ali Chowdhury from Saudi Arabia has given that not out.
That was very close. My gut reaction was the same, that was out. Oh, wow, that would have been a big moment in this game for Qatar if that had been given. Oh, what a lifeline though for the Oman captain. He set off instantly, but had to turn heel very quickly.
Munawira it was with the throw from short fine leg. The left-hander picked it up cleanly, threw down middle stump immediately. We're not square of the wicket and we're not really behind the bowler's arm here either, so certainly the umpire in a significantly and infinitely better position than us, but you often just feel with a direct hit it's going to prove out, and Zishan Maksud would have been run out without scoring.
Yeah, that would have been quite the scalp. End of the 9th over, 78 for 2, Oman. That really would have been quite the scalp for the Qataris, and you saw from their reactions, they saw how important that wicket would have been.
Yeah, just going to try and bring you the batting card just to tell you who is left to come. So Karar Ali's going okay, 27 off 25 deliveries, but still plenty of batting. Remember, this side is shorn of Akib Ilyas. Akib Ilyas ruled out with a fractured finger, but still plenty of batting to come. Mohammad Nadeem, very capable. Bring you back the live pictures now as that one's worked down behind square for a dot ball. So yeah, plenty of batting to come, Barney, but scoring at 9-10 and over, no easy task.
Absolutely not. And Oman pushed that down the ground for a single, but looked so comfortable, even though there were those drop catches. They looked like they were in control of this run chase, and suddenly there's a bit of a panic out there in the middle. You can see Qatar they've been brought it back to life with that wicket. They're buoyed again.
Yeah, wickets change games, there's no doubt about it. We saw Karar Ali do that in the first innings for Oman. It's a shot, not just the first wicket he picked up, but the second one. It's a shot that the batsman is not going to want to see again. Mohammad Rizlan. I know you weren't here, Barney, but for this first delivery, a loopy floated leg spinner, and he decides to try and hit it out of the park, and it's straight down the throat of the man at Cow Corner. One of the most extraordinary T20 innings you'll ever see, really. Gone first ball. He had 2 and 2, and Karar Ali was on a T20I hat-trick again. He took one for Oman back in October during the Pentangular Series. A man in great form with the ball on home conditions here. Very effective again today. The pick of the attack, 2 for 26. He's doing it with the bat as well. What an asset he is to this Oman side.
Yeah, very good player. He mentioned he's on commentary yesterday about Oman and the quality they have in associate cricket. One of the best sides on the circuit.
Pulled into the deep a little bit agriculturally by Zishan Maksud. He's going to have plenty of time to get back for 2. Just jogs back. Long old boundaries out here on both ovals. Over 70 yards all the way around. The beautiful conditions. Yeah, and I think the rise of Oman has come from this settled squad of players. You think back a little bit to the way Afghanistan came through the systems or Ireland came through the systems. They weren't picking 30, 40, 50 players. They're picking from the same bunch, and that bunch of players, 15 to 20, is making the improvements. Is that another drop catch? I think it is. Extraordinary stuff here. 5 dropped catches. That one off the under edge. Mohammed Rizlan's put it down. His poor day continues. 2 drop catches and a first ball duck.
Yeah, hardly the best day at the office. And as you said about Oman, they do have that core group that Omani cricket has grown with, which they've been able to grow with a settled squad. Not a huge amount of the teams can say they've done the same.
Yeah, the halfway stage of the chase. Really good tight over that from the Qatari captain. I think this game is not just going to the finish. I think it's going to the final over. 94 to win off the remaining 10 overs. Kawar Ali's struggling to get the accelerator pedal pressed at the moment. He's going to need somebody to come in and play a good innings. Might be a skipper, Zishan Maqsood. Again, agriculturally heaved into the leg side, but there's protection out there. And another mix-up in the running between the wickets. We saw this when I was in Kathmandu, Barney. Zishan Maqsood just doesn't like to run hard between the wickets. He doesn't come back for 2.
Oh yeah, you can see it there. He's no interest in turning for that second run whatsoever. He's saying about a bad day at the office, and like golden duck that you described to me just now. Over on the other pitch, Naeem Bamiri, the Iran batsman, has just been joined at the crease by his captain.
Cut away nicely by Zishan Maqsood. We'll come back to that in just 1 second, Barney. Thought that was going to have enough pace to go all the way to the boundary, but again, poor running, costs a run, keeps it to just a single.
Yeah, absolutely. Just to finish that, Dakota Dahani came in, he just faced a ball, and then he's run out his captain. Naeem Bamiri has run out his captain, prodding it into the offside. Called for the run. His captain doesn't want it. Tried to then send him back. I don't think there's anything worse. Is there running out your skipper? You're probably then not going to be chucked the ball in the second innings.
Yeah, I wonder will he play Iran's final appearance of the tournament tomorrow? Probably not. We've seen some really high quality cricket here though this week. Although the running between the wickets, certainly something that all 8 of the sides could improve upon, I think it's fair to say. And what this running between the wickets is doing is it means that those runs that should be 2s are turning into 1s, and if you do that 6 times in an over, you're only getting 6 instead of 12, and that required run rate is creeping up. It's nearly 10 and over all of a sudden, over 9.5 for the first time.
The difference between those 2 is massive. If you're doubling those 6 and over, that's a big difference on a runner ball.
Hit into the skies. Zishan Maqsood's innings could be ending here unless we see another drop. We won't. He never looked comfortable at the crease, Zishan Maqsood. He's literally just come off a flight back from Pakistan. Having mourned the sad passing of both his grandmother and grandfather within the week, and you just wonder how much that is playing in his head at the moment. He only bowled 2 overs in the first innings. He captained outstandingly, rung the changes really well, got his side back into the game, but that was a poor innings. 5 off 9 deliveries, and he's fallen.
Yeah, he never got going, did he? There was the chance with the run out, miscommunication on a couple of occasions, running between the wickets. Never quite timing the ball properly. There's a poor innings in the end from the Oman captain. A real shame.
Yeah, sad scenes. He'll be back to his best tomorrow, no doubt. Zishan Maqsood, he's too good a player not to be. But what that has done is not just tilt the scales in Qatar's favour. I think they're favourites now. It's a big task for Oman to have batsmen come in and score quickly from the off. But they've sent in one of their big hitters, Suraj Kumar, a little pocket rocket, just like Romesh Kalawitharana or someone like that, a little keeper batsman. And what I love to see, both batsmen batting in caps now as well.
Yeah, it's always a good sight, isn't it, in cricket? And the importance now from Kawar Ali's wicket, all of a sudden, is incredible. 30 not out, and you feel like he will hold the key in this run chase.
Kawar Ali down the track, and it skews off the outside edge. He's going to end up getting a boundary, nowhere near where he intended it. And realistically, Kawar Ali's playing an innings just like he did yesterday. He doesn't look in touch. He's constantly trying to accelerate, but he just can't quite find the middle of the bat. But crucially for Oman, he's still there. He moves to 34 off 30 deliveries.
I don't know if you've noticed over here today, but you see there, as soon as the ball on this pitch beats the inner circle, it absolutely races away. outfield is so quick here. Get real value for your runs.
Yeah, that's good batting. Follows up the outside edge by the predetermined sweep shot, and it goes down to two of our ICC officials down on the bench there. Stephen Andrew from the ICC Anti-Corruption Unit doing the bit of fielding as they watch on. Good to see them in town across from Dubai. Catching up with them yesterday, but that's really good batting from Kararali. Back-to-back boundaries to finish the 11th over.
Yeah, and far more in control of that shot than the one before, where it's very much the outside edge of the bat that raced away for 4, and he's picked the field incredibly well there.
Some of Qatar's tactical placement of their fielders I found has been really poor in this innings. In the power play, they were bowling with the same left-arm spinner with no one in the deep on the leg side, and Kararali swept him away for 2 boundaries. Tamoor Sajjad, this is going to be a crucial 2 overs now. I've picked him as probably my favourite bowler of the week so far. Beautiful leg spinner. The drop catch in his first over. Reminds me a lot of, visually as well, of Samiullah Shenwari.
It's a good shout, very good shout. You mentioned that as well about Qatar and their field placements. I wonder if that's a bit of the naivety of this side, where the likes of Oman are far more experienced at this level.
And it's a change of ends for Tamoor Sajjad, not quite finding the loop on that one. He's coming in now from the Al Emirat end. But this game is right in the balance. 9.22 required per over. Suraj Kumar or maybe Sandeep Good. Someone's going to have to play a very good cameo. They're going to need a 30 or a 40 not out to give Oman a hope here. Sweep shot. Goes straight to the man. Backward. Square leg. And he's taken the catch. That's a huge wicket. Kararali's gone. And rather remarkably, it's the man who dropped the catch off Amir Kaleem when he was on just 2 runs.
To say they're pleased is an understatement. Qatari players are absolutely delighted with that wicket. Big moment in this game.
Yeah, huge moment. He looked for the sweep shot, which he'd played so effectively, but it came off the top edge, and you can't help but say Tamoor Sajjad has really deserved that wicket. Super bowling, and it seemed to take an eternity to get to Mohammad Hawai's Malik. And I thought the big fast bowler, who's already dropped 1 so far, he dropped it over the rope down here for 6. I thought he was going to put it down again, Barney.
Oh, he did well in the end. It's a big frame that he had to move round to it. The pressure of that catch, there's so much riding on that.
Yeah, and it is going to be Sandeep Good in at number 6. I said either he or Suraj Kumar is going to have to play a big innings. Really just Mohammad Nadeem left as a out-and-out recognised batsman. But Sandeep Good is a big hitter. He can change a game in no time at all. We've got a thriller on our hands. Just back of a length cut away, and it again, the poor running between the wickets. There wasn't 2 on there, but it's been so damaging to the Omani cause.
And it's the intent as well. It's putting the pressure on the fielder by showing that urgency running between the wickets. Even there's not 2 there, but to actually show the intent to put the pressure on, maybe force a mistake on the boundary rider.
That's beautiful bowling. You can see immediately as that comes out of the hand, perfectly landed leg break. He's a talent, this man. For me, in what's been a very impressive, varied bowling attack, they might just have found a star man. You need a good leg spinner in T20 cricket. Beautiful bowling. Your first look at him, Barney. Do you like the look of him?
Yeah, very much do. He's got a good googly, good leg spinner, good pace, good flight. Yeah, he's in full control as well.
Yet to bowl a poor delivery in his 3 overs for me. And even his bad one that's just back of a length there, all that Suraj Kumar can do is rock onto the back foot and cut it away for a single. Brilliant over. 4 singles coming from it and the wicket. 12 overs gone. Oman 97 for 4. And Qatar definitely moving on top.
Yeah, I mean, Oman certainly aren't out of it by no stretch of the imagination. But yeah, Qatar. What T20 cricket can do, a space of a couple of overs, a couple of big wickets, and the game just turns on its head.
And it's the spinners that have turned it on its head. 2 wickets for Mohammad Nadeem and a wicket for Tamoor Sajjad. And just like we saw during the Qatar batting. It was Karali that turned the innings just when Qatar looked like they were going to post in excess of 200, but spinners continuing to rule the roost here. Hit straight to him, and that's another one. That's a really poor shot from Suraj Kumar. It was a good length delivery, wasn't there to drive, and all he's done is chip it straight to the man at extra cover. Qatar not just on top now, they should go on to win this game.
Yeah, really driving home that advantage that we just said they'd turned in their favour. Nice, drilled straight at the fielder. As you said, Andrew, it's a poor shot in the scheme of things and where the game is set up.
Yeah, just going to bring you the replay. It was a good length delivery, and he simply chipped it with no balance at all, straight to the man at short extra cover. Not a shot that Suraj Kumar is going to want to see again.
Yeah, one thing to also add to this, what we've seen so far these past 2 days, the reaction of the Qatar players there. They're so engaged in this game of cricket. You've seen that in every game so far. So keyed in, every single player. And the passion and the energy that has been on the pitch, the Kuwait side, if you get a chance to watch them, just listen to them for the first 3 or 4 overs of the game. They are relentless. They're so noisy and they're so engaged. It's brilliant to watch. People just really enjoying their cricket, playing some really quality stuff as well. This game is turning into an absolute cracker.
Yeah, Qatar are going for the upset here. They may be ranked only 6 places beneath Oman, but you've got to remember this Oman side is the form side in associate cricket. They've just come back from Kathmandu, albeit in a different format, in the ODI format, where they took 4 from 4 and never looked like losing to either who were the league leaders, USA, or the host Nepal.
2 very good sides as well, and some very good players in those 2 sides.
Yeah, Kuram Khan, the new man, to the crease for Oman. Surprising perhaps that Mohammed Nadeem hasn't been thrown in yet. He's in such good form with the bat. Beautiful bowling. The thing I love about this Qatar attack as well is its variation. 2 left arm spinners, a leg spinner, your slow medium dibbly doubler from the captain, and 2 out and out quick bowlers, a left armer and a right armer. It's almost your ideal T20 attack.
Absolutely. It's something where we touched upon the importance of a leg spinner and someone who bowl googlies and have variation in their in themselves, but also a captain having variety to call upon in a bowling attack. So important. And it's something that some of the other sides in this tournament you see don't quite have that variety. And it's where Qatar, look at this, we say it's going to be an upset if they go on to win this. They put themselves in such a good position to do so. That variety has given them the opportunity.
That's lovely batting, just using the extra pace, but well read by Munawira. Third man keeps it to just a single. The 100 comes up. There are claps from the Oman dugout, but there's no doubt that they're rocked at the moment. They need over 10 and over now. That required run rate, you can see it at the bottom of your screen, ticking over 10 and over. Going to be a big ask with just 5 wickets in hand. One of these 2 is going to have to start finding the boundary. Great bowling, Barney. That's an outstanding length full. He's got 3 for 33. Can he find a 4th wicket? 1 ball left in his spell.
Yeah, it's been very good, very impressive. Being able to not only put the brakes on, but also pick up important wickets along the way. Very good spell.
Yeah, the thing I love about the 2 left arm spinners, they complement each other. Very different bowlers. He nearly finds the 4th wicket. That's a great spell of bowling. A wicket in his 2nd, 3rd and 4th overs. Taking 3 of the 5 wickets to fall so far. 13 overs gone. It's 101 for 5. Qatar surely favourites to close out a win here now.
Yeah, and you feel like it would be a real statement win as well from Qatar. Against, as we said, hot home favourites, Oman. I feel like this could be a real statement from the Qataris. And just from what I've seen of them so far, they very much have, especially in this bowling attack, they have the quality to really, really test every side in this tournament.
This for me is showing off the strength and depth of associate cricket and in particular Asian cricket. We're here for the Asian Cricket Council Western Region qualifier. We've got a side who couldn't even get to the T20 World Cup qualifier, couldn't even go to the qualifier, about to turn over probably the foremost associate side in world cricket. Beautifully bowled. just skidded on with the arm. Kept a little low and a little inside edge. Saves the life of Kurum Khan.
And that's a Kurum Khan, not to be confused with the UAE legend, Kurum Khan. He's a fine associate cricketer. Left-handed, elegant batsman.
Beautifully bowled again, and he looks for the slog sweep. And Awais Malik's going to have work to do, and he's not going to be able to cut it off. Crucial boundary for Oman, not where Kurum Khan intended. Fortune, the Chinese cut, just avoiding the leg stump. Yeah, that's just the replay as Awais Malik could just chase it down to the rope. Hasn't been his day really in the field, Awais Malik. Big man, the big opening fast bowler. He's a couple of overs left to come back with later. Looks for the sweep. Huge appeal given. What a moment that is. And how pumped is Taimour Sajjad. He clenches his arms in celebration. He pumps the air. What a moment in the game. Poor batting, you have to say, from Kurum Khan. He just nearly got out with the slog sweep. He Chinese cut it, missed the leg stump, and this time he's trapped LBW.
It's something I've seen quite a bit in the other group as well. The amount of times people playing across the line. And it's somewhat of the quality on display here. You miss, he hits.
Yeah, it was full, it was straight. He looked for the slog sweep, and well, you can't bring you the replay of it, but it was beautifully bowled. Sensational spell of leg spin bowling. And it has to be said, the last hope really now for... In fact, we're still not going to see Mohammed Nadeem. We're going to see Naseem Kushi in at number 8. Mohammed Nadeem's going to be all the way down at number 9. So I suppose 2 hopes left for Oman with the bat. Naseem Kushi very capable of clearing the rope as well. But the task almost up towards 2 a ball now. 11 the required run rate. And this spell of leg spin bowling deserves to come out on the winning side, you'd have to say.
Yeah, Taimour Sajjad so far, highly impressive. I think he's been one of the standout performers so far across these first 2 days.
He's just got the ball on a string. You can see it. The release point coming out. Good pace, good rhythm. Such an asset, leg spin bowlers. And he chipped in with the bat as well. The final ball of the innings for 6 to get Qatar up to 175. And he simply has the new man in knots at the moment.
And the pressure is immediate. It's immediately felt by the new batsman. The Qataris really have their tails up. And Taimour Sajjad has his foot on the throat at the moment, the Omani batsman. Excellent stuff from Qatar.
That one's pulled into the deep, and it's going to go one bounce. And in fact, we've been thrown a classic old-style curveball by Oman. They love doing this to me. I'm not sure. Well, maybe it is. No, sorry, it is Naseem Kushi. I just wondered, did he have the wrong shirt on for a moment? Our graphics at the bottom of the screen were saying it was Mohammed Nadeem. But it is Naseem Kushi, so bear with us, we'll get that corrected. 6 overs to go. Oman 106 for 6.
Yeah, big task for Oman now if they're going to go on and win this. Qatar very much hot favourites from here. Been so impressed with Qatar and how they've gone about their business. If the Omanis, you've talked, I'm sure, about the absentees during these couple of days. Have they been a bit off the boil though, Oman?
Yeah, I think even in their victory yesterday over Bahrain, they didn't quite do it in the way they wanted to. Yeah, so I'm getting confused between my Mohammeds there. It's Mohammed Naseem Kushi. We call him Naseem Kushi. He's asked to be called Naseem Kushi. So he is in at number 8. So we will have to wait to see Mohammed Nadeem. Let's take a quick look at the bowling figures as well as we see a change in bowling. We're going to see the left arm seamer come back into the attack. Munawira. He's bowled 2 overs, none for 23. So these are going to be 2 crucial comeback overs. Looks to me like Qatar seem determined to just use the 5 bowlers. So we may not see the second left arm spinner, which for me is a bit of a surprise, given how effective the spinners have been at tying things down. Comes off the top edge, and it's going to go wide of third man, who runs around, picks up well, and really poor running. Not even an attempt of the second again.
Yeah, again, it's going back to that intent. At this stage of the game, you need to really be showing some urgency and putting some pressure on the fielders at every opportunity. You may not get that second run, but show the intent to it. Have a intention to go and force that second run. It's been a bit flat so far from Oman.
Beautifully bowled. He's got serious wheels. It's not just his Sri Lankan origin that I think there's just some shades of Chaminda Vaas in his action. He's got a beautiful gather as he comes in and really accelerates through the crease. Be one of the quickest bowlers I've seen on show this week.
Yeah, same. Munawir, it's the first I've seen of him. But yeah, it looked very good. The carry through to the keeper there is absolutely lovely. Beating the outside edge. Looks good.
Sandeep Good content for the moment just to get down the other end, poking that into the offside for a single. It's a really beautiful scene we have here. The backdrop of the hills outside Muscat. That drive we take up each morning, Barney, is spectacular. It's almost through a lunar-esque landscape.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful here. As we were saying on the way today, where they've built a road out of a valley, essentially, amongst these mountains. Absolutely stunning setting. Oh, it's in the air. Should be out. It is. Great catch. Wonderful catch.
What a catch that is from the skipper. He's clung on, he's got two hands to it, and he's taken arguably the catch of the tournament, Iqbal Hussain, and didn't he love it? He gave us the stare in the commentary box as if to say, look at me, I'm the captain of Qatar, and we're going to go on and win this match. But that is outstanding, brilliant scenes of celebration for Qatar. They are well on their way to winning this match and upsetting the home favourites. We're just taking a look at the replay on your screen here. He had to make considerable ground over his left shoulder. He got two hands on it, full elevation over his head, and he's clung on to an absolute cracker.
Yeah, that's a stunning catch. There was a similar one on this pitch yesterday. Zahul Khan for the UAE took an absolute blinder on the further side to where we're sat, and where that catch has just been taken in front of us. But that was an absolute beast. He's made up so much ground to get round to his left. And then those big long levers to reach up and pluck it from the air. Great effort.
Yeah, we had all sorts of confusion because the third umpire was over with us in the tent just as that ball was being bowled, saying you've got the wrong Mohammed Nadeem on your graphics. And we said, we don't, it's Nadeem Kushi, he's out. And the new man to the crease as that one's hit down the ground powerfully by Sandeep Good for a couple. Well, this could be run out. Oh, very close. Mohammed Nadeem will just get back. So it is the Mohammed Nadeem in at number 9. We've seen all sorts of confusions with the Mohammed Nadeem from Oman, the Mohammed Nadeem from Qatar, and of course then the added confusion of Mohammed Naseem Kushi, who has fallen to that outstanding catch from the Qatar captain.
And I thought I had it bad with Iranian pronunciations. You've got to decipher a trio of very similar names.
Down the track and cut straight to the man, and a mix-up running between the wickets. Direct hit's going to be out, but he decides against throwing it, and even the bowler says, don't throw it, we don't need you to throw it. So 5 overs remain. Oman really need a Herculean task now to get over the line. 66 more to win, over 13 and over. We're going to see the first major upset of the tournament scored here at the Oman Turf Academy second ground.
Yeah, I said before as well, it's a big moment this for Qatar. Really lay down a marker, not just for this tournament, but for beyond as well. So they're more than capable of beating these bigger boys in this ACC Western region. Going back to that final ball of that 15th over, very sensible fielding there and good game management. There's no one backing up should he have had an attempt at the stumps. And at this point of the game, some people can get very excited. Emotions are running high at the moment. Kept a very cool head and just kept hold of the ball.
And yeah, we're going to continue to see this 5-bowler attack utilised by Qatar. They're backing their primary bowlers. It's going to be Mohammed Awais Malik back into the attack. Big, stocky, strong, right arm quick. I always say a good fast bowler's got a big bum, big glute muscles on him, and I think it's fair to say Mohammed Awais Malik is no different. Good strong action you'll see here, Barney, as well. It's worked away behind square on the offside, and because it's the left-hander in the deep, they will get back for 2.
Far better running as well, these two already.
And just as you say that, Barney, the umpire signals 1 short.
I take it back. They're just like everyone else.
Yeah, so that 1 short will mean just 1 run to the total. Rahat Ali Chowdhury right on the mark at the standing end, and he gives the tap to the shoulder. 1 short, so Sandeep Good, in fact it was Mohammed Nadeem, guilty of not completing his run. That one's heaved into the sky. Fine leg is in the circle, so it's going to soar all the way over the rope for 6. It wouldn't have mattered if fine leg was out there. Again, not where the Oman batsman intended it, but they're not going to worry about that. A few more of those 6s, they'll be back in the contest.
Yeah, there's enough pace on it, wasn't there? He's managed to... It's gone a lot finer than he had intended. But because of the pace, extra pace on the ball, just soared all the way over the rope.
I know it's only 1 shot, Barney, but you have to question why Mohammed Nadeem is batting down at number 9. 2 ODI 50s we saw. I know in a different format in Nepal, batting at 5 or 6. Batting all the way down at number 9. Such a talented cricketer. The elegance of the batting and the quality that he has, surely coming in too late.
He has an urgency to his approach as well, where he immediately wants to be moving the scoreboard along. And it's so important in T20 cricket. And you feel like when those wickets were tumbling a few overs ago, could well have come in a bit higher up in the order.
Yeah, Mohammed Nadeem's heaved that one into the leg side. He's going to get more runs. Only be a time for a single. Really good fielding in the deep from Imal Malindu Gala Lianga, one of the 2 Sri Lankan origin players. As all of the Sri Lankans have 4 or 5 names to test us in the commentary box, Barney. But that one kept to a single. Great fielding.
It was very good fielding, yeah. He had some ground to make up. He was racing along. This outfield is so quick. A smart piece of fielding.
Yeah, and just correcting our graphics at the bottom of the screen, because obviously that 3rd delivery was a dot, followed up by the single. Full, and the ball thuds into the pads off the inside edge of Sandeep Good. Good really hasn't found anything like any sort of timing in his innings so far, and good pace again from the Qatari quick.
Something that's been quite consistent with Oman's innings so far is that just can't find a rhythm. Can't quite start that engine at the start of their innings. Quite a few batsmen now have come in, not quite timed the ball. It's testament to the bowling of Qatar and the pressure that they've put on this home side.
Yeah, the bowling's been first class. It really has. The fielding hasn't backed it up. 5 drop chances. This innings could be all over. Those chances have been taken. That one powered into the offside, and that one's taken. We've seen 5 catches go down, but we've seen another stunner. This time, full length to his left at mid-off. He dives across, gets 2 hands to it, and don't his teammates love it? They run over to give him the high five. I think it might be the skipper again. It's Iqbal Hussain who's taken a second cracking catch, fed up with his teammates who kept putting the catches down. He's just taken 2 brilliant ones in 3 overs.
Yeah, I think that's better than the first as well. See the replay here. Diving full stretch to his left. The Qatar captain, what a catch that is.
Certainly more spectacular than the first one. I think the first one was probably a harder catch technically, but that really was a specky. He got two hands to it, which was the key to the catch, and looking forward to asking Iqbal Hussein about those catches in the post-match, because he has really led the way, and with the fall of Mohamed Nadeem, all hope goes with it for Oman. They're going to come up short. And they're going to come up short by quite a distance, I suspect, at this rate, Barney.
I think Iqbal Hussein is going to enjoy talking about them as well, considering his reaction and celebrations to those catches. Absolute beauties. Yeah, man, 119 for 8.
That one heaved agriculturally into the leg side by Sandeep Good. Good has found nothing like the middle of the bat in anything he's hit so far. New man to the crease is the big man. It's Kali Mullah. So young Wasim Ali, who was promoted up the order to give him a chance to get his first runs. In fact, Wasim Ali's not in the 11 today, of course. So Kali Mullah in ahead of Bilal Khan, a bit of a surprise. And don't quite know how to describe that one from Kali Mullah. Certainly of the lower order variety.
Yeah, very much so. He's a big lad, isn't he? It's the first I've seen of him over these 2 days. Kali Mullah, very, very big lad.
Yeah, both Kali Mullah and Mohamed Nadeem really getting the speed gun up to pace, I'd say, bowling in excess of 85 miles an hour. And Kali Mullah's swung and missed, and Sandeep Goods decided he'll run the bye. He doesn't want Kali Mullah to take any more of the strike. And that would have been an interesting one if the bowler had a look at the non-striker's end. I suspect the non-striker Sandeep Good a little quick off the mark there.
Yeah, and I think, as you said, after 2 balls, he's seen enough to get me down that other end.
He's found the Yorker again. We saw him do that early in his spell, and Sandeep Good is now getting to the stage of turning down singles. Surprised Bilal Khan hasn't come in at 10. I certainly think he's more adept with the bat than the big man Kali Mullah.
That single run to the keeper, don't think the umpires gave it as a bye. So I think Kali Mullah has edged it to the keeper, apparently, according to the scores, and got a single. It's a new one.
Very good spot that, Barney. Perhaps because there was no appeal from the Qataris, the umpire said, well, look, I thought he edged it. I'm going to give it his runs. But you're correct. I think maybe Mohammed Yunus from Bahrain just forgetting to get the bye signalled. Something that he can always go and have a chat to the scorers about and perhaps correct the scorebook if he did indeed just forget to signal it and we didn't. Might have just missed a fine under edge, Barney. No appeal from the fielders, no appeal from the bowler. You'll have a single.
It's a different way to get off the mark, isn't it?
How did you get off the mark? Well, I smashed one to the keeper and he caught it. And the troubles of Sandeep Good at the crease continue. He's got 7 off 12. And the skipper, Iqbal Hussein, is sprinted full pace from long off to take the ball because he wants to close out this innings. He's licking his lips at the prospect of bowling to Kali Mullah. He's saying, I'm going to have another T20 wicket in this over.
I think Iqbal Hussein has become one of my new favourite cricketers from these short moments watching Qatar so far. He's lives and breathes every moment of the game. Generally has an impact as well, doesn't he?
We've got to give a shout out to his style as well. Loving the hairdo. Clinging on there to it. But he's such an impactful skipper. Ball in hand, probably rushing through to try and complete the overs in time as well. Kali Mullah's heaved that one down the ground, straight towards long on. It's going to soar over his head. That's why Kali Mullah's in at number 10, ahead of Bilal Khan. That is a big hit. He's got the big levers. He's extended them. And he's sent that one soaring into the sky for 6. That's how you do it, batsman.
Yeah, striking right through the line of the ball. Those big, long levers that you mentioned, Andrew. Launches it over long on.
And he's tried to repeat the dose. And that one's going to soar for back-to-back sixes despite the best acrobatic efforts. And all of a sudden, Iqbal Hussein's under the pump. We thought this game was over. It was 55 to win off 18 deliveries. And all of a sudden, it's 43 off 16 and there's pressure on the Qatari captain.
Yeah, this one just going over the fielder's head at mid-wicket. You see,
Just couldn't quite bring you the replay there, but
back-to-back sixes. Is it on?
well, with Kalimullah's long levers, if he can keep doing this, anything's possible. Can't be in the slot again, Iqbal Hussein. He's found the block up. Good comeback. Kalimullah all of a sudden wants to. He wants to get back on strike, but brilliant fielding from Tamoor Sajjad. Quick to the ball, picks it up one-handed. The T20's never over, Barney. You know that. Finds the block hole again, and Sandeep Good's innings 7 off 13 balls. He hasn't timed a single ball. He'd almost have been better off running the single, getting Kalimullah onto strike.
Yeah, he's been the...
And he's finally got one away, but it will just be a single as protection's out there long off.
Kalimullah's been in better nick so far. I think turning down that single in the previous over.
This one has to go the distance, Barney. And he's tried, but he's picked out long on, one bounce. Really good striking from Kalimullah, though. He's just from nowhere. Found a couple of sixes to give his side the most outside of chances. 40 to win off 12 deliveries. Oman 136 for 8.
See from Kalimullah, he's a very clean hitter of the ball, isn't he? Swinging through the line. Big, long arms. Striking through the line of the ball. Yeah, 40 to win off of 12 deliveries. Qatar should wrap up a very good victory.
That batting card for Oman really paints the picture of the innings. A couple of 30s from Kara Ali and Amir Kaleem, but even those two innings, certainly no great timing. And the final 2 overs of the match will most likely be bowled. Well, this one will be bowled by Awais Malik. We'll probably see the skipper bowl his final over from the far end. And he bowled him. And that's almost all she wrote now for Oman. Kalimullah looks to hit that one miles into the sky down to Al Amarat. And all he can do is find the inside edge. And the captain is pumped up about that one, screaming, "Come on, Malik," at him. And that's the 3rd wicket. Let's take a look at the replay, Barney.
Yeah, Kalimullah again trying to heave this one into the leg side, wasn't he? Cleaned up in the end. You see the back of Iqbal Hussein there. He was roaring from long off.
Might have been just a hint of an inside edge off that as well, but it was a really good block hole delivery. Difficult to get away. Didn't offer any elevation for the batsman to get under, and the end result is that Kalimullah's short stay at the crease is over, albeit with those 2 magnificent sixes to remember. As we just see the Islamic Republic of Iran boys walk past us, probably having had their lunch. They've enjoyed the action here. 2 losses for them so far, but historic moments for cricket in Iran, their first T20 internationals, and very welcome to the international cricket community.
Absolutely, it's been great to watch them as well. They've encouraged each other at every moment. Things clearly haven't gone their way. Batting first in both games, getting very small totals. Every single moment has been cheered and applauded and encouraged. It's been great to watch them so far this week.
Bilal Khan in at number 11. And he just casually and elegantly works that off his legs.
Very nonchalant, wasn't it?
For a single. The style of a top order batsman. Perhaps disgusted by his demotion to number 11 beneath Kalimullah. Showing that he's going to make sure he gets a red ink and a not out today. But 10 deliveries remain, Barney, and an almost impossible 39 to win. Qatar are going to take this win and lay down a real marker in this Western region ACC Asia Cup qualifier. Sandeep Good has hit that one down the ground, and Bilal Khan has at no point left the non-strikers' end. No chance of getting back for two, so they're going to decide to keep Good on strike. With the way Good's hitting them, I'm not sure that's very worthwhile.
No, I think you'll be taking those singles. He hasn't shown any signs so far of finding the boundary, as you said, let alone the middle.
Really good bowling right into the block hole, and such joy in the Qatar side. Spoke to their head coach this morning, the former Pakistan Test cricketer who also played for Pakistan in the 1983 Cricket World Cup, Shahid Mabul, and he was saying that he felt today was going to be a special day. And his words have proved to be prophetic. I think in the short history of Qatari cricket, this will be their biggest ever win. And also, it's completely upset the apple cart. Who's going to play who in the semi-finals now? Down the leg side, just flicks off the pad so it won't be signalled as a wide.
Yeah, I was just thinking this as well. It really does put the cat amongst the pigeons in terms of those semi-final places, and it'll be interesting to see how things pan out in Group B later on today. UAE and Kuwait taking on each other. All of a sudden, difficult game.
But you'd also have to think that if UAE, as they likely should, go on to win Group B, you could have the titanic clash of Oman versus UAE with only one of them going on to the regional qualifier.
Incredible, really. As you said, it shows the quality on display that we've had this week so far.
And finally, Sandeep Good finds something approaching the middle of the bat, and a really good effort in the deep. He's very unlucky. That's Imal Malindu. He did put down one catch earlier, but he's been good on the boundary. He got a hand to it, but couldn't cut off the four. And to be honest, it probably isn't going to matter, but Sandeep Good has given Bilal Khan a chance. He said, Bilal, if you hit 5 consecutive sixes and a 4, we'll go to a super over. If you hit 6 consecutive sixes, we'll take the win and we'll stay top of the table. But barring something absolutely miraculous, it's a day that's going to be fated in Qatari cricketing history. Could see great scenes of celebration just as the final ball comes soon.
Yeah, I can't wait to see Iqbal Hussain. I'll have him on player cam for the end of this. Can't wait to see how he reacts. He's been so engaged and been brilliant. He'll bowl the final over.
Mix up. This could be the moment. Direct hit and given. That is the moment. And Iqbal Hussain is running off in joyous celebration. What a moment this is for Qatar. They've taken the win. They've beaten their hosts out of sight. They're going to take this win by 34 runs. Great scenes of joy here. Every single one of the Qatari playing 11 comes in together. And how much did that mean to Iqbal Hussain?
Yeah, well, you could see, I said, have him on player cam. His reaction there tells the story. An incredible one for Qatari cricket as well. Chalking up a massive win over Oman. Strengthening and moving themselves top of Group A in this ACC Western Region T20 tournament.
Yeah,
Pole position.
Yeah, you're watching historic scenes here because Qatar have beaten the form side in associate cricket out of sight. They've not just beaten them, they've hammered them. They've won by 34 runs, and they've done that with 5 drop catches. So imagine how much bigger this defeat could have been. It wasn't Duleep Mendes' day. His side and you can see here great joy for Qatar. There's no doubt they believe they could do this, and Qatar, as you can see on the bottom of your screen, have won by 34 runs. Yeah, great respect from both sides. You can see Zishan Maqsood leading his team off, and warm congratulations. That's lovely to see. Oman have not become accustomed to losing cricket matches in recent years. And realistically, that is a seismic shock. Maybe just 6 places separate those two sides. On the points table. Sorry, on the ICC T20I rankings, but Right now, Qatar have gone to the top of the table. So it's a 34-run win for Qatar. I'm going to see player of the match presentation. Going to be interesting to see who takes that. My pick would be Tamor Sajjad for his leg breaks, but I might end up seeing Cameron Khan take that one. So let's take a look at the batting card. As we were just saying before, nothing really got going for Oman. Kawar Ali top scoring again, back-to-back 38s for him. Amir Kaleem 32, but none of those Omani batsmen ever looking really comfortable at the crease. An extraordinary result here that you've witnessed. Watched every ball live with us here with the Asian Cricket Council on our YouTube channel. Cricket Club's bringing you these pictures, delighted to do so. And look at the fall of wickets. As soon as that second wicket fell for 77, it was like a house of cards going down after that. But great scenes of joy for Qatar. They've run out big winners and they have moved clear at the top of the table in Group A. Bringing those updated tables now. Oman look shell-shocked in the background on your screens there as we wait for the post-match presentation. Qatar almost certain to top the table now, because not only have they got 2 wins from their 2 games, with just Bahrain left to play, they've got a huge net run rate advantage. Even if they lose to Bahrain, it'd be very likely that they'll stay top of the table. What that means is that if the UAE can beat Kuwait today, which you'd have to fancy them to do, we're going to end up with what could well be an Oman against UAE semi-final, with only one of the 2 big guns in the region going on to the final Asia Cup qualifier. So we'll take one final look at the summary. That will confirm on your screens that Oman have lost. They've come up short by 34 runs. My pick for man of the match is the leg spinner, 2 for 21. But we'll wait and find out who that is. We'll leave that on your screens behind you. But for now, it's farewell. Just coming up to 1 o'clock local time. We'll be back with you in about 30 minutes' time for the second Group A game of the day. And we'll be bringing you every ball of that as the Maldives take on Bahrain. For now, I'm Andrew Leonard, signing out. We'll see you in about 30 minutes' time for the afternoon match.